Good, Noah?
I'm so caught in this, we're so lost deep in it, can't stop. I'm forever the one you call. Let's free fall. I'm so caught in this, we're so lost deep in it, can't stop. I'm forever the one you call. Let's free fall. Let's free fall.
Oh no, what I was referring to is like there was a stream.
Can you dig it?
In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for
deep in it, can't stop. I'm forever the one you call. Let's free fall. Let's free fall. Let's free fall. I fucked up, woke up in your bed again. Showed up like it's love, but it's never been enough. Playing house like you're grown up. Let go, picked it up, but I shouldn't have. Blue eyes had me blind when I met you downtown. And you had me on the bathroom ground. You got me whiskey, you said you miss me. Oh, so much whiskey, I'll let you kiss me. But you promised everything would be alright. Cause it's worth the trouble for just one more night now. My head's turning and I feel so low. My stomach's turning when we get too close. Don't know what to play. A hangover or a heartache. No, I'm leaving, baby, say goodbye. But we gotta want it maybe one more time. Top of the mistakes. A hangover and a heartache. Six months I was good, never answer you. You're what I need when I'm weak, but I'm trying to be strong. But baby, it's just been so long. You got me whiskey, you said you miss me. Oh, so much whiskey, I'll let you kiss me. But you promised everything would be alright. Cause it's worth the trouble for just one more night now. My head's turning and I feel so low. My stomach's turning when we get too close.
Sorry for the delay, people, but the wait is finally over. A little bit of a Rogers gap, some internet issues, a whole lot of panic, but not to worry anymore. We are ready to go here. So tonight we have our LRS Premade League. It's playoffs, I believe the second week, or maybe even third week now of playoffs. And tonight we have 999 versus Jet Black Esports in the losers bracket. So only one of these teams will be moving on, continuing on in our losers bracket. Anyways, tonight on the caster bench, I am joined by Dream Unforgiven, Bam Booper, and a Red Wheelbarrow. But these teams are ready to start draft, so I'm going to send it over to them as draft is about to start.
Thank you very much, Psychonautic, for the send-off, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the LRS pre-made playoffs, as we are getting into draft very quickly here. I am joined by one and only Dream Unforgiven and a Red Wheelbarrow. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you?
I'm doing quite fine. A Red Wheelbarrow?
I'm doing all right. We are getting into the picks and bans. Looks like JP is about to ready up. But yeah, I'm doing fine. We had a really good game last night for anyone who was able to watch that stream, so I'm hoping that this continues. I hope it's not a one-sided affair, though. I would like to see it kind of go even, a couple games in for both teams. So.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw 999 go fairly well against VX in the winners bracket, but unfortunately did fall in the end there. And we have seen JBE just come up from a series win, so it is quite highly contended, this match. It could go either way, and obviously this first draft is going to say quite a lot for the rest of the series.
Yeah, I mean. No, you're fine. Sorry about that. I was just going to mention, I think people kind of lose how important the draft is, right? Like, for anyone who watched even last night, and I know, you got LAS and LRS, so it's a little bit different as far as the strategies you might see, as well as obviously the level of talent, right? But the drafts pretty much won the games for the Unbreakable Warhammers last night, so I am interested to see if They have better comp synergies here planned out for this draft. I'm interested to see what they ban away, what they learn about, going into game 2 and 3 versus what happened in game 1. So that kind of stuff excites me, and it'll be interesting to see what new things come up here.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm really hoping for a good 5-game series. The past 2 that I've gotten to cast or watch have always been 3-0s. And it's really disappointing to watch the 3-0s. I want to see a good slugfest for 5 games,
Yeah,
Yep.
I completely agree. It looks like we are finalizing some things here in the chat, so I apologize here for a little bit more of a delay, but we should be kicking off very shortly. But yeah, is there anything from these players here? I know we're down here in the loser side of the bracket, and now they're getting a chance in the second elimination attempt to get back towards that winning side. Is there anything specific that you guys are interested to see or anything like that based on the players that we have?
I mean, obviously. Sorry, go ahead.
If Triple Nine's the team that I remember them, they pulled out that unkillable comp with the Shen, the Kindred, Callista Taric, and the Galio. I really want to see that again. That was really fun to cast.
Oh yeah, definitely. Seeing Triple Nine and against Dark Star Gaming earlier in the playoffs here, we casted that game. It was quite fun to watch just how Triple Nine played the map. They played it extremely well. They absolutely suffocated Dark Star Gaming in terms of map control, and they basically just won through team play and through immaculate early game, just smashing them early and quickly every time. It was very clean and quick, but obviously it didn't work out too well against VX. But let's see what adaptations come within the draft here, as we are getting into draft very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. And I think JB will be losing 2 bans off of the bat, and which is a little bit unfortunate going into draft here, as 2 bans can be quite a sway in terms of early game prio, especially or early draft prio, especially with the early first pick going to blue side. Triple Nine's obviously going to be able to get something at least comfortable on their side for the 2 lost
Yeah.
ban.
Absolutely, and just so you guys know, you should be seeing the throwaway bans are going to be Teemo and Talon, so they're not really any priorities across the board. So we do have now, after that all goes away, we do see, though, as far as some actual attempt at a strategy here, we do have Yone and Syndra being banned here on the blue side, so taking them away from JB.
Yeah, and I really like those bans too. They just have so much pressure in the early game, especially once Shyvana hits 6, especially if it's AP Dark Harvest Shyvana. Nobody really expects the damage that Shyvana can bring once she hits post 6, and it catches a lot of people off guard, so I really like that ban.
Definitely, in the Yumi coming away too, as Triple Nine obviously taking away a lot of key picks here for the JB side. They obviously like to scale. They obviously like to have that safe support that just supports the ADC and keeps on him at all times. And looking at JB's first ban here, it's going to be the Galio away from the Triple Nine side. And looking towards the first pick here, what do you guys think?
Usually we see a really usually that first pick is going to be either to secure an ADC or it's going to be to secure that top lane that's going to give you that global pressure, right? So we'll look towards maybe a Shen or a Twisted Fate, something like that. I'd be surprised. Yesterday we did see a Kog'Maw and Lulu go blind pick, and they really didn't get countered that much, so I'm interested to see what that looks like here. But they are taking their sweet time here on this first pick, as Swain comes in. Okay, I like that.
Swain?
It can be flexed in 2 separate roles. We got 3 separate roles technically. You can have it as the APC at the AD carry role. You can have it as support, or you could have it mid. So it's a pretty flexible pick, and I really like that.
Yep, definitely having a flex pick on the first pick is definitely very nice. I would have also expected to see a Lucian in this scenario, as Lucian is also pretty mobile, and where he can go ADC, he can go mid, he can go top. And speaking of which, the Swain can also go top in that manner too. And Caitlyn now being hovered, but it looks like the Wukong is also being hovered and locked in for the JBE side. So quite an interesting pick up in the top lane here, already locking in that aggressive little monkey himself and Morgana to pair it up, so gonna have no interruptions as he dashes in with that Cyclone.
Yeah, with Swain being picked there first, that Morgana is fantastic there as that counter pick because his ability to stun you and pull you towards him is just absolutely ridiculous. Wow, okay, so we do have a Turret coming in here. So obviously, and I don't want to say, for sure one of those are going support because we have seen Tarek as well go in other roles. So this is interesting so far. I like what Triple Nine is bringing up.
Yeah, and it's already going to be really hard to kill those two champions. You have the Swain ultimate just burning everybody, and with Callista, oh my, how are you going to kill this comp already? We're seeing it again.
I think they've done this before, actually. I think this was a couple weeks back where we saw, I think it was the triple cast, if I'm not mistaken, actually, where they actually pulled out this comp. They actually had a healer on their team as well. That wasn't even Tarek. You just had this, I think it was Senna, actually, that went as the ADK. But you have just a massive amount of sustain in those team fights, especially when you combine the heal that you get off of that Kindred, and we do have the Lilia picked up as well as the Callista ban as well. But so far, those three for Triple Nine, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah. And not surprising, the Callista ban immediately goes away. They don't want that paired up with the Taric at all. But if the Taric's going bot lane, it looks like it's probably going to be a Swain mid. I'm not confirming that, but the Galio was banned, and that was what was mid lane for this comp last time. And with the Galio ban, Swain would be a good secondary to fit that bill.
Yep, definitely. And Swain is just a pretty strong mid laner, especially when you give him so much sustain, so much survivability with the invincibility, with the basically second life he gets with the Kindred ultimate. It's very strong. But JBE obviously has those interruptions. They have the Wukong, they have the Lilia ultimate. They will be able to somewhat sort of stop Triple Nine from just creating this death ball. They don't necessarily have the right interruptions at the moment to get them out of the death ball, but they do have ways to prevent the death ball from being necessarily too effective.
Yeah, 100%. And for the side of JVE, the biggest way that they can actually come out and win these fights is if Lilia manages to get the sleep onto the Taric and Kendra before they get their ults off, because you blow those two up and your entire comp falls apart. You don't have the invincibilities from both of them anymore.
Yes, and I really like these bans here from Triple Nine, really stopping anything from interrupting this death ball. They got the Shyvana out early, and now they got the Zoe out too to remove a lot of poke that could be coming from the side of JBE. And JBE, they saw the Senna in Triple Nine's comp here, and they pick it away from them. Very smart, also banning out double ADCs, getting Triple Nine's ADC on something a little less comfortable.
Yeah, and I really like the fact that they drafted a bot lane where it's basically you're not moving the entire time. You have the Morgana and the Senna. One of them lands a binding on you, the other one follows up with their snare, and you're stuck there for a good 5 or 6 seconds, and you're probably going to die before you manage to get away. You have to bring Cleanse as the AD carry into this bot lane.
And Jhin is a very smart pick into this bot lane too. Very much negating the Morgana E, as well as really shredding through Senna and Morgana. Definitely a double counter pick of sorts, and also very good with the team comp too. How they are playing from a pretty fair, sizable range. And Shen's going to be the last pick here for Triple Nine too.
Yeah, shields and heals for days. Like that is just a deadly comp. The only issue I really have with that, there's really no one to attack that back line. But so far, besides that Wukong, everyone else is pretty squishy on the side of JBE. So, you do have that set, so he'll be able to be a little bit more of that front line. But he usually goes with Blade of the Ruin King, which you might actually need in this matchup. Unfortunately, I don't see anything for Triple Nine to just get into that back line and be able to attack folks, but they might not need that, right? All they got to do is wait out the ultimates from JPE, and then they're going to be fully healed up and good to go. So, I mean, really good draft by them. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, and I really like this set pick here because if Kindred ults, all Set has to do is ult the Kindred out of there. And now Kindred's no longer getting that healing anymore, and very vulnerable to the amount of damage that JB is going to be able to bring out. You have the Wukong, and the Lilia diving into the back line, pretty much at the same time with the sleep. You have the Set jumping in. It's going to be really hard for Triple Nine to play these fights front to back, but if they can, then it's not going to be very fun for JBE because they'll be able to outlast them in an extended trade with the Kindred and Taric ultimates.
Sorry about that. I just wanted to mention real quick. I just pulled up the game where they tried to do this last time. This is the one where Grape on that Taric just went absolutely insane. He was a monster. He was pretty much carrying the entire team. He went 13, 3, and 20. He was getting double kills left and right. And you were right there. They took away that Callista, as well as that Galio. So they do get 3 out of the 5. And then they still have, really good CC replacement with that Galio, with the Swain instead. So I don't really think that's really a loss that dramatic of one. He still has a really good CC potential there. So.
Yeah, definitely. And this is a very comfortable draft from the side of 999. We are going to have to see, however, we're going to have to see Desui really pop off on this Kindred here. It is a very focal point of this draft. We have to see 999 go for these marks, make sure the Kindred is starting to get fed, starting to scale really hard. And if that doesn't happen, I think this comp sort of falls apart a little bit in terms of later game damage. But overall, whoa!
Wait a minute. Is that Lilia top, Wukong mid?
We are seeing some lane swaps, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, to be fair, it's for Wukong, I would expect it, obviously a top or jungle there. Lilia has been played comfortably in the top lane, especially just you can't count out her roaming capabilities. Even if she doesn't bring teleport, she can just get anywhere she needs to extremely fast. But I am kind of surprised about that, just kind of considering who they're going against. Like, Shen's going to have to do a little bit of a different build path here going against that magic. But yeah, that's interesting for sure.
Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
I 100% agree. The Lilia is such a great pick into Shen because she's not really auto-attacking that much. He's not going to get the same presence that he would against the Wukong using that shield that he gets with his W. And the Lilia is just going to be able to poke him out very quickly. He's going to be having to go back and TP back in probably at earliest level 3. And the Wukong is a really good pick into Swain because Swain early is not very good into a melee champion. He's going to struggle against Wukong just EQing and then Wing away before Swain can actually respond.
Yeah, definitely. And this is actually a pretty strong reaction to the side of 999's draft here. The answers to all the lanes have been completely subverted, and now you're going to see how these matchups actually fare. As we are getting some more swaps as the champions are locked in, we have Set going to the top lane now with Lilia obviously going to the jungle. So no surprises in that regard.
They were trolling us a bit there, right?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just disregard everything I just said.
I think it would have been a decent matchup to see how that AP goes against that Shen. Shutting him down, not allowing him to utilize the Tiamat and do that wave clear. It would have been pretty cool to see, but this is still interesting across the board. The win condition here really for us, I believe for 999, the more that they stay in the game, I think the more powerful they'll become just when they're fully tanked up and they're able to heal over those team fights. Whereas I think obviously for JBE, they need to execute early and often and be ready, around that 25-minute mark to start closing out and grabbing inhibs. But that's my opinion. I know you guys probably differ there, but what do you guys think?
Well, obviously, before we get to what we think about the game here, let's make sure to remind our viewers to get your opinions in on who you think is going to win this game. We got 999 vote, or we got JBE vote. Who do you think is going to win? Vote in the chat now. And obviously, with these drafts, I think that 999 actually has a bit of a stronger draft in the moment. I think they have a lot more sustain in these fights, whereas a lot of these champions do get naturally countered. The Wukong obviously won't be as effective against the Shen. The Kindred obviously has a pretty interesting matchup against Lilia. That one's probably going to be one of the focal ones to look at throughout the match. Jin obviously takes away Senna and Morgana, so it's a bit spicy. So yeah, just I'm gonna throw it to 999 on this game, but I think if JB executes well, they can totally take this game as well.
Yeah, I went ahead and went for 999 just because of that Targ. Such a scary player when he's on that Targ. I don't think that JB is prepared for what's about to happen if Tarek pops off again. It might be worse than last time if he does.
But JB at least did. I'll give them some credit because I don't know if it's just by pure luck or they actually did some research. Right? They did ban out folks that obviously Triple Nine was looking to get into their comp. Right? So it is really nice though to see them kind of be able to counteract that. They do have this really good CC disengager with that Morgana. They do have some stuns. They have the knockups from Wukong. Lilia can put everyone to sleep. So they do have ways to get around this, ways to get picks, and they do have some globals that can help them. So it's not all lost on them. But the problem is you need to basically either for Set or Wukong, you need to beef them up fast and allow them to get a lead so that when it comes to team fights, they're not going to be, pushed to the wayside. But it's gonna be crazy here. The heals are just insane right now for Tarek and company. It's gonna be, man. Okay, I'm just.
Yeah. It's going to be quite interesting as we are going to get into the loading screen now. So, ladies and gentlemen, please stick with us. We'll be right back. And thank you, guys. All right. And we are back, starting game one here of JB versus the likes of Triple Nine. And we are seeing a bit of a cheeky start from JB here as they're walking towards this bottom lane. Gonna probably 5-minute invade towards that bot side as Triple Nine just going for a standard 5-point, but obviously Tart gonna know to stand a bit farther back. And we'll actually spot out this invade a little bit early.
That depends on which direction they go. If they go around, he's not going to notice until it's too late.
I like this. You're right. I like this a lot. I should have saved the ward though, but this is pretty good. They can catch Tarek off.
They can catch Tarek off here. Oh, but they check the bush. He has enough time to walk in towards the mid lane here.
Yep. And there you see on the other side of the map, you see the Kindred and the Shin. Getting those wards in as quickly as possible.
Yep, very smart reaction here. They do see all 5 of JB just sitting in this bush now, not going to engage into them as they do probably have the stronger level 1.
I don't like this though, and okay, good. I'm glad Kindred and them backed off because I don't think you should really be committing like that. So really good rotations all around. They kind of see where everyone's starting.
And Set's going to be a little late to lane, it looks like, but the Shen is leashing Kindred, so it's going to be about even about the time they both arrive to lane. So not going to lose that much.
Yep, and looking at jungle starts here, we do have the top side start for the side of Kindred and the bot side start for the side of JB. So they will end up not matching each other and seeing each other on opposite sides of the map at around 3.5, as a little bit of trading going down in the mid lane here. Quanser and Alex Kander going for a bit of cheekiness here as Alex Kander hits level 2, tries to go in for a bit of auto attack trades, but Quanser going to poke him down on the return.
Yeah, and something really interesting to note here is the Swain went Conqueror.
Ooh,
what do you guys think about that?
I think it's relatively smart into Wukong. I think you are going to be sustaining a lot more than he will, and I think it's very valuable towards the later half of this game, as he will proc that quite quickly, as there is a stun up in bot lane here, and Alkis is going to have to burn his flash for that one. The Morgana is going to be suffering a little bit in this bottom lane here. The root was very nice from Tangerine. No E for Morgana yet.
And on the bright side, though, they did win that health trade, so they're both chugging their pots. Jin's doesn't have one anymore. Tarek only has one left. Morgana also only has one left, but I would give the favor to the duo ranged bot lane over the ranged melee bot lane, even without the flash.
A little bit of a root going down onto Lilas there. A lot of damage.
And I caster Christed them. Lovely.
Yeah, this bottom lane is seeing a lot of action at the moment here, as 999 just pushing up this wave really hard, putting a lot of aggression on JB early, which allows Kindred to get that bot side. Unfortunately, the mark is going to go top side for her very early, so not too great of a mark spot. She's not going to get that free mark off of level 3, and a little bit farther behind in the scaling, but it is completely fine because obviously it is taken away very quickly. As a little bit of a gank in the mid lane here, Quanser and Desui trying to set up something, but Alex Kander not able to get the trade.
Fighting going on all over the map. Kind of hard to keep up with what's going on.
Yeah, a little bit. There's just a bunch of trades, and direct-to-cam is definitely not helping us in this one.
Direct-to-camera can't keep up with all the short skirmishes we're getting all over the map either.
Absolutely. As Nomad keeps trading up in this top lane. Maxwell on a bit of ice here against the set early.
Yeah, and we're already starting to see a small lead for the Wukong in the mid lane, as well as the set in the top lane. Already starting to get a bit of a lead there as we got another engagement in bot.
Alex Kander gets the ignite down. The flash is going to get the first blood onto the likes of Quanser, and that's going to be quite a good kill for the side of Alex Kander. A lot of poke going down, but he wasn't able to secure the kill for a while. But there, the full engage, able to get the chip damage needed and gets the first blood.
Yeah, and because of that, the Wukong does have to reset, though, being low on mana and HP. So both laners, summoners are down. The Swain TPing back in, so he's going to be able to absorb that entire wave. He should be able to catch up in CS. Won't lose that much, be able to shove it back in before the Wukong gets back out to lane.
Yep, definitely, and him having TP does help him a lot in this lane.
And because the Wukong went for a more aggressive approach with the Ignite, we only have one TP on the side of JB, which is the set. Whereas we have technically 3 TPs with the Shen ultimate.
Nomad, big trade up in the top lane here, gonna get the W down. Not gonna get the kill though. Maxwell again on this ice, just starting to crack under his feet a little bit here, trying to maintain. As we will see Kindred walk up in the top lane, give him a little leeway.
Yeah.
Very smart response though to see JBE get the dragon here. In the meantime, as they did see the Kindred up in top side, so he will not be here to respond. Quanser looking for a bit of a steal here, but unfortunately not going to be able to get it. The smite is secured, and Maxwell now getting a bit of a trade. The walk up here is going to get the ultimate down, and Nomad just with a solo kill on Maxwell. That ice just absolutely cracking beneath his feet. He wasn't able to get a reset for the longest time, and now he's just down. That's so unfortunate for his top lane, as there is a big wave coming to crash, but he will have TP, so not too bad for him.
Yeah, and I'm kind of questioning the double Ruby Crystal build or start here for the Shen. It would have been better for 2 cloth armors to try to mitigate some of that damage that the set's bringing out. But I guess with the true damage from set, the health, I guess, works a little bit more. I'm not entirely sure.
Big trades in this bottom lane here as Tangerine and Grape going to get the first kill onto a Alkis, sorry, and yeah, not going to get the kill on Lilas here as Alex Kander is up on Desui here, going to get the ultimate down, and as Desui is trying to walk away, is going to burn the flash and make it out, the Shen ulti just to be safe here, and it will be a bit of a rebound here. Maybe they will look for a kill, but it does not look like it'll be the case.
Yeah, and now with the Shen ultimate down, it allows the side of JB, especially for the bottom mid lane, to play a lot more aggressively than they have been. As you can see, the side of 999, they've already been bullying the duo bot lane. However, with the Shen ultimate down, it might allow JB to kind of fight back in these engagements now without the 3v2 coming out.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of summoners have been burnt on the side of 999 here in this bottom lane. It's going to be very nice to see a little bit more leeway for JBE now. Not going to be so scared of the all-in, but obviously they do have defensive summoners, so it's not necessarily the end-all be-all for the side of 999. And you can see just how far ahead Tangerine is above the side of Lilas here, up about 15 CS, and also gets 2 damage items as the Sui is walking up on Alex Kander in the mid lane, but that W just keeps him so safe. Swain just has no lockdown for Alex Kander here, and Keddy's going to come in the mid lane here and help him out. 20 CS up in the jungle too. Very big CS gaps all over for JBE here, as Maxwell's going to miss the taunts in that mid lane.
But I think as far as the CS gap goes overall, like I think where it matters most is on that Jhin here, if you're going to give it to anyone on 999. Having that damage output, if he can get a good Kindred gank, as we see an attempt here by Tarek to come back and join him, having that damage and going against that Mana Mune Crystal, the Tear of the Goddess, is just fantastic for the damage output, because Senna really needs to scale and wait till that late game to pretty much do anything, so...
Yeah, and we have another engagement going on.
Yeah, Desui just getting caught in the jungle again. Alex Kander going to pop the ultimate, but Desui has his ultimate this time. Is he going to be able to get out? No, the sleep is there, and the sleep is big. Quanser is now being looked on, but is not going to be committed on for the side of 999. Or for the side of JBE, rather. And JBE up 3 kills at the moment, 2k gold, quite fine in this game so far. Alex Kander has got quite a bounty on him now, 150 gold.
Yeah, and this Wukong is going to just come out of, once the mid game starts and we see the team fightings. We got another engagement.
Another engagement in the bottom lane here. Alkis going to have to burn the ultimate to get out. Maxwell actually favored in these trades now with Nomad, as he does miss another taunt. Unfortunate to see so many, as Alkis is super low in this bottom lane. The ultimate is going to be popped. Don't think the curtain call is going to secure any kills this time, though, as both Lilas and Alkis are quite low. Going to have to walk away here. Quanser getting traded by Alex Kander here. Going to have to pop the ulti. The ignite goes down. Is Alex Kander going to get the kill? He's not going to get the kill. The ignite doesn't secure it, and he gets the return shutdown on the mid lane, and that is big for Quanser, giving him way more leeway back into this game, and that is what you want to see if you're a 999 fan.
I was an excellent turn of events for Quanser there. Go ahead. You were trying to say something. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I just said wow, because you look at that. He picked up the bounty. He's able to get some more magic items. He's now almost to the Abyssal Scepter. Even though he has that 5, 6, 7, 20 CS lead, they're pretty much even now, because you can look at the Wukong. He doesn't have any magic resist items, right? All he has is a little bit more health with that phase. So it's going to be pretty much a nice damage output there from now on. So really good job.
Yeah, and a secure dragon for the side of 999 off the back of that mid lane kill, and a lot more pressure is now applied to the side of JB on the map here, as they are not falling behind, but the CS gaps in bottom lane is getting quite big now, 30 CS from what was 15 earlier, and even though the mid and jungle gaps are growing quite expansively, Dasui is doing quite fine here. I think I'm going to look at his marks here for a second. He currently has 2 marks, which is still pretty good. Once you hit 3, you do hit a little bit of a milestone. So he is getting to that point where he is getting strong. And even with this CS disadvantage, he still is going to be quite useful with his utility and the ultimates in these team fights. So overall, 999 are doing quite fine in this game still.
Jarm's Fist for the first half-completed item for the Shin. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's relatively smart. You want to get that item to start scaling very quickly, and then it also builds into that Titanic Hydra, which is a pretty aggressive item on the Shen. You might want to be building a little bit more defensive, because the ultimate is actually going to come down from Nomad here, but Maxwell going to try and trade back a little bit, going to try and get the taunt maybe? No, it's not going to happen, but the flash from Nomad, so clean, is going to clean up the kill there, and Maxwell kind of walking on... no longer walking on ice here, is currently swimming in the waters, as the Sui is going to get ultimated by Alex Kander, but obviously that is not the right one. He's got fooled, he's got a little bamboozled, but Alex Kander is going to have to walk away. The ultimate is going to be there for the extra movement speed to get him out of that, and now Lilia and JB are looking for a bit of a pinch here, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. 999 is 4-man strong in this bot side, and that was very good for Desui, not getting killed again in this jungle.
Yeah, this Kindred, though, when he goes back, he does have enough now to finish out his first 4 jungle items, so he'll be able to match Lilia. And then the other half of that there, we do have this top lane set. Blade of the Ruin King is done as soon as he goes back. He's almost sitting on 2k gold. And he's going to just sit here and rest on that, as he's just going to demolish here. We got a gank opportunity top, as Shelly's going to get unleashed.
Shelly's going to get unleashed, and looks like Maxwell is just going to have to walk away. Dasui is in this bot side, though, looking for a bit of a return, but looks like he is just going to be forced out. It's just going to be the turret traded for nothing here, and unfortunately, Dasui is not going to be responding by getting this mark in bot side. He is going to be looking on Alkist here, though, but doesn't have the ultimate when Alex Kander pops over the wall, and Tangerine now is alone with 3, and Grape is with him as well, but it does not look like anything is going to happen, as Swain is now looking onto Alex Kander here, is going to start getting some auto attacks onto him, but the Senna ultimate is going to go down. Quanser is just getting the auto attacks. Now it's Grape versus Alex Kander, the greatest matchup of all time. The Grape is looking for the stun, but is not going to get it. Alex Kander is just going to auto attack him to death, beat him with that little cane, and is just going to try and trade onto Maxwell, who's going to get a triple kill, and he is just running rampant over the side of 999 here. Tangerine is going to try and walk away here, is going to try and get out, but it does not look like it'll be the case. He is going to burn the flash, and Alex Kander is rooted up, but it does not look like the turret will be getting the kill, and Kenny flashes over the wall, gets the smite, and secures the kill. That is quite a lot of kills for the side of JB, and they are starting to roll over this game. 5k lead now for the side of JB.
I don't know if we were told what the outcome was for who voted on who, but I thought majority it was 999 all the way, so I think people are going to be regretting that. They're just 999 has no answer or response to anything that's being thrown at them right now.
Yeah, and they picked the side 999 picked a very mid to late game scaling comp, and they're getting punished for it quite hard. Like the side of JB, they have a scaling late game comp as well, but one team is executing the early game better than the other, and it's starting to become harder and harder for 999 to actually succeed in these fights now.
Yeah, definitely. Alex Kander is putting so much pressure, and it doesn't seem like anybody on the side of 999 has an answer to this Wukong. And this was the first pick. This wasn't even like a really smart counter pick that came in halfway through the draft. This was the first and focal point of their draft. This is what they decided on before anything else, and it's obvious that they had a plan going into it. Because Alex Kander is absolutely shredding through the side of 999 in these team fights.
Yeah, this reminds me of the Jax game yesterday, Game 2 between Warhammers and Shalom Esports. Wukong's reminding me of that Jax right now, and it's starting to get worse and worse.
He'll be deleting everybody as time goes on.
Yeah, definitely. Quanser getting a bit of trade onto Alex Kander. Grape is going to come in, going to give him a bit of help, but it doesn't look like the stun is going to land. And he goes back in. Alex Kander, you're crazy! Wow. And that is 3 people onto him. Dasui's going to be there to secure the mark. Oh, man, that was a bit of a throw.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was thinking there. Giving that shutdown over to the Kindred of all people as well, and looks like they're going to try to force for the drag. I don't know if they can do this, though.
I think they can. It's only 3 versus 4, but the Shen is here for the TP. Gonna get the flank now. Nomad gonna go and get a perfect facebreaker. Dasui is now just absolutely shredded, and the Taric ulti is coming down at a perfect time. The Drowsy will not be effective at all. It is just gonna break, but that is everyone on 999 at 0 HP. And now Nomad is just running through the game. Lilas just cleans up a kill, and that is 3 for 0, and the Dragon. I don't know why 999 tried to contend that. It seemed like it was such a clean and easy Dragon for the side of JB. Even if Alex Kander did go down in that mid lane, it still was too good for the side of JB, for 999 to look at, but obviously they got a little bit antsy. Quanser wasn't there, had no ultimate, no TP, couldn't have been there, and obviously it was punished for it, and Quanser now getting traded on by Alex Kander here, and I don't think I've seen this Swain hit 1E onto the Wukong. He is just fancy feeding the absolute hell out of him.
Yeah, I mean, look how fast he is. He has the Trinity Force finished already. It looks like he's going for a Death Stance and the Merc Treads. Even if he does land a snare onto him, he's going to get out of it before the pull really manages to get much out of it.
Yeah, it's definitely true, as this game looking harder and harder for the side of 999 here. Obviously, Alex Kander doing a lot of work, but Nomad as well has been putting the game on his back in these team fights. His ultimates have been absolutely brutal for the side of 999. They haven't been able to escape one of them. They've all secured kills, they've all secured plays, and his face breakers have been almost as good as his ultimates.
Oh no. I think Seth's falling for Boris over here. He's building the Black Cleaver when there's only one tank on the side of 999. Oh no.
I mean, necessarily Black Cleaver isn't obviously the best build here, but it is pretty good towards the side of the Wukong, who you want to be shredding for, and of the Senna, who also is going to be doing quite a bit of AD damage. So it's not necessarily the best build, but it's absolutely acceptable here. There is quite a lot of armor on the side of 999, so it's not absolute sin, but you know, it's leaning on there.
Yeah, I believe the Death Stance for the set would have been amazing here with how far ahead he is. How are you going to kill him with the Blade of the Rune King and the Death Stance?
That's very true. I think either way, though, JB is in quite a healthy spot. They could probably build death caps on everyone and still do quite well for themselves.
That would be interesting to see. Death cap on set. Does it scale off of AP?
I don't know. In TFT, that's quite a scary thing to look at, but in this game, it's probably a joke, as we get the Rift Herald put down in the mid lane here. Looks like they are going to be sieging towards this tier 2, as tier 1 is secured. Dasui gets the root onto him. A lot of damage. Nomad going to get that facebreaker, but the stun is not going to connect. The Senna ultimate is going to come through to try and get that last bit of damage, but it's not going to happen. Very good. Didn't even have to burn the ulti there. Quite a good defense for the side of JB, but it looks like they are just going to walk in with the second wave and secure the tower. Although Lilas doesn't necessarily have the most damage towards towers. Alex Kander is going in for a large ultimate there. Going to get 4-man knockup on the second half, but Taric is now trading back and out, and Quanser is in the middle of 4. Going to burn the ultimate, and that is just disengage on both sides. A lot of ultimates burned, but nothing necessarily gained on both sides. I guess the tower is a very healthy trade for a bunch of ultimates for the side of JB, but it looked like they had that either way, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not sure the engage was really necessary. It was kind of overstepping your bounds there, because if that goes poorly, JB or the side 999 is right back into this game. You have the shutdown onto the set that could have happened, and that could have been Baron, honestly, if all of them die there.
Yeah, but obviously it's hindsight. They were probably just looking to end the game in that moment. And honestly, I can't blame them. They're rolling really hard. They can basically do whatever they want. Like I said, they could build death caps. They could build Morello on everyone, make LS absolutely grow out of his hair. Yeah, I mean, anything can happen in this game, and obviously they went for that anything moment, the coin flip, but obviously nothing came out of it. Nothing too bad for the side of JB, and it looks like it's just going to be a bit of natural clearing from here. Lila's going to get donated over that red buff. Very smart choice here for the side. I think he might have actually wanted to give it to Alex Kander more, but it is completely fine either way. Squancer just trying to get some CS in this top lane, but Nomad is just pressuring so hard.
Yeah, and Shen is usually prized for, or it's the Swain up here. Shen is pushing in the bot side. We don't have anybody responding to him yet, and you got to be really careful not responding to Shen, because now that he has the Titanic Hydra finish, he's gonna be able to get through those turrets really quickly. Looks like he's just gonna back off, knowing that he could probably get collapsed on. He does manage to get that bot turret down though. First turret of the game for 999. A little bit of gold
spotted
there.
on a ward here. Is going to get caught by Kitty, and the root is going to land. It looks like Maxwell is done for here. Yep, he tries to dash over the wall, but Kitty gets that little swing over there and gets the kill, and that is going to be the Dragon absolutely free for the side of JB. They are absolutely rolling through this game right now, 13-3.
Yeah, and if you're 999, what do you guys think they should do to try and get back into this game? What's your avenue of success here?
I mean, obviously, I think they scale relatively well. I think they're still waiting on a few core items. They obviously don't have the Stormrazor on Jhin yet, so he's not necessarily the most powerful one-shotter in the game yet. So they can still wait. They still have a bit of time. They can wait it out. They do have the CS lead in the bottom lane here from the Jhin and the Senna, and it is going to look quite fine for the Jhin throughout this game. He does have the range to match pretty much everyone on the side of JB. If he is able to get a good team fight off, I think that it should be easy for Darkstar. I almost said Darkstar Gaming. 999 to get a team fight, but that's just it. You have to set up a good team fight for Tangerine, for this Jhin to be effective, and that is going to be really difficult when all the side of JBE just dives on you like this. They got the Lilia, the Wukong, the Set. They are all going to be on top of this Jhin if they don't play it correctly. So it's going to be on Grape to peel off and make sure that this Jhin has a very effective team fight.
Yeah, I completely agree. No, you're fine. I completely agree. But I mean, 999 is not that far off from making this a decent competition and a decent fight. My win condition for them right now is they just need to hold off and farm up. They almost deleted that team there in that fight in mid when you said they could have gotten Baron off of that. Wukong went in. Wukong's been making some mistakes. You know, you asked earlier, how did he die? Or why did he go back into that 1v3? And the reason he did that is because he's 6-1, right? So he is a little cocky. He thought he can go in and take that fight. And same reason why he did that tower dive there. You only get, I would say, 2 to 3 more of those really big mess-ups before you realize here that 999 is right back in this. So they need to be careful and start forcing objectives.
Yeah, and this is what they're looking to do right now with this Dragon setup they have, or their Baron setup. They have a lot of vision on this top side, and 999 just looking to scrounge for basically anything here. They could be starting it at this moment, but they aren't necessarily the fastest at starting it up, so they need these picks. That's what's happening with Grape right now. You see a lot of ultimates having to be burned, and that is a very good pocket for JB to start this Baron up, and it looks like the pings are going down. They might start it up right here. Oh. Yep, it looks like they are starting it up. So it looks like JB now with the ultimate from Tarek gone, they are going to start up this Baron, and there's going to be a bit of a dance here. Quanser gets the vision on all of them, and the ultimate comes down. The curtain call is here. Are they going to get off the Baron off of that? And it looks like they will, but they are positioning a little bit aggressively here. They are walking up onto the mid side, and now it looks like Nomad is walking in. Grape is getting hopped on by Alex Kander, and it looks like 999 doesn't have an answer for it. They don't have anything to respond to, and now Nomad is going to ult down Quanser, but he's going to have to flash away. Desui is running away, and they're just chasing him and chasing him. This is exactly what JB they want to chase you, and this is exactly what they're doing. Tangerine almost limping away now. Maxwell is left for the dead, and so is Grape, and Tangerine and Quanser are the only two left alive after Quanser had to walk away and burn his ultimate there. A very poorly communicated fight from the side of 999, and it looks like JB are just going to force this inhibitor, maybe even force this game at this point. No, it just looks like they're going to get the inhibitor and back off, maybe rotate towards top side here.
Well, looks like they're just going to go and take the Baron. Like, it's free at this point. You don't have any way to actually go in for it. Unless Jen gets really, really lucky with a fourth auto trying to go from behind. But looks like there's not going to be any contest here. They're going to take Baron for free. Swain is moving up, though.
Yeah, a little bit of movement from the side of 999. Doesn't look like they're going to necessarily contest, though. Maybe just get a little bit of poke into Sui is clearing his Wolves camp, so he's not going to look for the Smite steal. And that'll be Baron for the side of JB, and it looks like they are performing extremely well so far in this game.
Ooh. Stopped one of their backs there.
Yeah, Alexander, a little bit awkward here, gets a little caught. Is going to get rooted up, but Quanser doesn't look like he wants to deal with his monkey now, as he's going to get knocked up, going to get absolutely roasted, and that is the killing spree for the side of Alexander, but he has no mana now, and it looks like that is just a dead monkey, unfortunately. Who are they going to give it to? Who knows, as he does end up throwing the ultimate out, and it looks like they are going to give it to Grape. Unfortunately, that is going to be the kill for him, and it looks like with the time spent in top lane, a very smart bait from Alexander or an absolutely dumb misplay ends up turning into a Mountain Soul for the side of JB, because everyone is just dislocated from what's happening in this game. They didn't know the objective timer was coming up, and JB just absolutely secures it for free. And very well played from Alexander, and it looks like JB has secured this game for themselves. If I'm saying it myself, they have 10k gold up at this point. It's 4 towers to 0. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think the only hope for the side of 999 is the Swain and the Jin get lucky and manage to kill somebody before the rest of their team dies around them. If they can get lucky and kill somebody that's actually important for the side of JB, they might have a chance. Jin is starting to get those items. He's still ahead in items, has the Infinity Edge, Rapid Fire Cannon, and he has another BF Sword, so he's only just a little bit stronger than the Senna right now, though Senna does have a lot of HP with the Frozen Mallet and the Phage now. Is that going to be a Triforce for the Senna?
I think it's a Black Cleaver.
Oh
as
Lord.
Maxwell is getting jumped on now, is really low, limping away here. The Drowsy is going to go down. Is Kita going to go for the kill? And it looks like he will, but the ultimate from Kindred is here to stop that, as Alkis is going to flash in, get him burn the ulti. Quanser in a 1v1 versus Alexander, but he has absolutely no sustain. You can see him absolutely get shredded. That Executioner's calling is so massive now on the side of Wukong, and it looks like they're just going to push in for the game here. It looks like 999 is going to secure this now, as the Sui is locked up. No ultimate on him now, is just going to get CC chained, and Nomad is going to get the absolutely insane W down, and now Alexander is 2v1 in Grape and Tangerine, the bottom lane that we were hyping up from this game, and it looks like they are going to be hyped down, as this game is going to go over to JB. Game 1, very well played from the side of JB. That is quite scary for the side of 999 going into this series, but we will have to see how they rebound. What do you guys think of Game 1?
That was... Wow. I'm completely shocked at how well that went for JB. I fully expected 999 coming out with their unkillable comp to be unkillable. Instead, they give up 21 kills and only get 4 in return. Wow.
Wukong, by the way, he had 25k in damage output, almost more than the rest of his team put together, just by a little bit there. The highest was 14. On that swing in the mid lane there. The win condition for 999 was to be able to utilize their healing and their sustain in the fights, because they are going to get ahead early. Whoever got ahead early was going to be able to scale with the gold lead and then take those objectives. And the other team's just going to stand there and watch as, everything just falls to the wayside. So that credit really does go to that set and that Wukong. They handled their lanes really well and respectfully. They didn't even need to rely on any ganks. the vision game across the board from them was really good as well. So they handled it all from minute 10 onward. They were just in the lead and complete domination. So it doesn't matter what kind of sustain 999 has. They allowed this comp to overtake them from the very beginning. So it was good on paper, but they needed to be able to focus a lane and get this Shen or that Kindred really, really farmed up and heavy. But they just didn't do it, unfortunately.
Yep, that is quite unfortunate. And with the end of that game one, I think we are going to send it over to the casting desk for the analyst. Sorry, the analyst desk for the analysis, as game one is over. So we'll send it over to Psychonautic for the game analysis.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Booper, Dream, and Wheelbarrow. You guys did a phenomenal job casting that, and what a game! I gotta say, I'm a little surprised. What I'll call the 999 comp. Seemingly JB, they found the answer. I think the Galio ban was really smart. They only had one ban to begin with, but that Galio ban kind of like took away the centerpiece to the comp, both in metaphorically and physically in the mid lane. But no Galio really seemed to affect their ability to skirmish early on, find those picks, and when it came to late game or the mid late game team fighting. The no knockup, the no lockdown ability that Galio can provide to key members on the enemy team seemed to really hurt 999's comp. I really liked the Set, Lilia, and Wukong picks by JB. They were able to completely just neutralize the enemy opponents in the matchup. Shen not able to really lane against Set with the just amount of CC, the true damage, and the percent health damage. Lilia was kind of just running rampant, the most terrifying version of Bambi I've ever seen. And then Alexander on the Wukong was just kind of had some lane kingdom going on. Quanser did a good job of holding on the best he could, but as soon as he got that lead in that one rotation or gank bot lane, he just got so fed. And after that, it was pretty much unstoppable. He had the Death Stance, the Merc Treads. There was really no slowing him down. He was able to go wherever he wanted, wherever he wanted, whenever he wanted. So just a really well-executed game by 999. Anyways, guys, we are going to go on a short little break as we set up for game number 2. Be sure to vote on player of the game. I will be putting up that poll very shortly.
Don't know what to play. Letting go of my heartache. I'm leaving, baby, say goodbye, but we come in maybe one more time. Time for the mistakes. Letting go of my heartache.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Analyst Desk. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys voted, you guys chose the Monkey King himself, Alex Kander on the Wukong mid. They blinded this pick, very first pick in their draft. I think it was a really smart flex option. They could have sent it top, they could have sent it mid, they could have even sent it jungle. They liked the matchup they got mid lanes, they sent it there, and he was able to absolutely put in work on that pick. 11-3-1, able to do whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted. He had some very key rotations to the bot lane, big roams and ganks. And then when it came to team fighting, the amount of CC he was able to put out, as well as the amount of damage, the armor reduction was or not the armor reduction, but just the amount of disruption and damage he was able to put out was incredible. But we are ready for the second game draft, so I will send it back to our casters for pick and ban.
Thank you very much, Psychonautic, for the send back as we are getting into game 2 here of the draft. And 999 obviously coming into the red side here after the game 1 where they did get the first pick. And it's going to have to see some differences in the draft here. What do you guys think we are going to see come out? As GB, you're actually going to get both of their bans back from this game from last game.
Yeah, and the side of 999, they don't have that handicap anymore. And I got to say, it wasn't a very fun game for the side of 999, even with the 2 loss of bans there. So coming in, JB now has all 5 of their bans. It's going to be interesting to see what 999 is going to be able to come up with now that their, I would call it, handicap is gone.
Yeah,
definitely. And I think we're just going to see a lot of the bans that we already saw. Sorry to interrupt you, Red Wheelbarrow, but I think we're going to see just the Kalista and Ashe be moved up to the first half for JB. What do you think?
I don't think JB cares. Like, I mean, 999 brought out. I mean, realistically, 999. I mean, 999 brought out a comp that was meant to, if they played that early game right, they do nothing but sustain and win all day in team fights, and they just couldn't handle it. So I would let 999 take all of them again. You've already shown that no matter what, you can just ban out their more heavy CC folks like the Kalista and like the Galio, like they're doing. I wouldn't change anything about what they did. This is all on 999 here. They need to revamp their entire comp. None of that worked. I think one of the things that really hurt them in that comp is they had no one to hit that backline at all. You're pretty much depending on a Shen taunt into that backline, which is not going to work. So it's just very, very insane to see how that played out. But if I was JP, I would just stick to what you did before. I would not care at all.
Yeah, and quite surprising, they let the Wukong go through again. They better have an answer for it, or it's just going to be a repeat of last game.
Oh man, that hurts.
It hurts, but at the same time, Wukong is not necessarily the strongest pick at the moment. You aren't seeing Wukong be picked first pick every single Worlds game. You aren't seeing it every time. They probably do have an answer towards it, but they didn't have an answer towards the Swain versus Wukong matchup, which was very detrimental towards the side of Kwanzaa, who did not get any free time in that mid lane. And now with the Wukong locked in, I imagine they'll probably have something better suited towards a mid lane or a top lane matchup towards it. I doubt that they will fall into the same trap of having a Drain Mage versus an absolute Drain Bruiser.
Yeah, and I really like this adaptation from 999. We have the Heck Room, which is he doesn't care about the knock-up from the Wukong. He doesn't care about any CC. All he has to do is press R, and he's in the enemy's backline. So really like that adaptation. Along with the Pantheon, being able to ult and follow up, it's a much better diveable backline comp that 999 has already started off. And I really like the Sivir as well to be able to try and mitigate that, knowing that Hecarim and Pantheon are going to be on her the entire game. Sivir is a pretty good pick into that, so I think it might be a Sivir Morgana. That's probably the safest you're probably going to get with that type of dive onto the back line. But we'll see what they go for here right now. Oh.
Yeah, usually you would want to pair the Sivir with something a bit more aggressive like the Leona, so that the movement speed is there and it is very potent. And obviously, like you said, it is a very good counter naturally into the Hecarim, into the Pantheon. The Spell Shield is going to get a lot of value, and I think Leona is a very smart pairing with that Sivir, and it is going to be locked in for the side of JB here.
Yeah, and already JB has a comp where they're going to run at you at Mach 5 with the Sivir ultimate, and Leona and Wukong are just going to dive to the back line.
No.
I don't like this.
No.
I'm getting flashbacks of yesterday already.
Yeah,
They locked it
guys.
in. Oh no.
Like you had Caitlyn, you had Ashe, you had all these people that help scale. Unless that's a top lane Vayne, which I still wouldn't agree with because you'd be picking it blind. I don't like this at all. Her Q alone, Sivir's Q, can demolish you. And to be fair, a Zenith Blade and a Q stun onto you pretty much takes half your health. You're squishy as hell. You don't have any type of really good engage unless you get Hecarim into that backline. So, damn.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm going to be a little bit of the devil on the shoulder here and say that I don't think this Vayne is that bad.
Be a devil, man.
I think personally, I think Vayne helps quite a lot with what JB is trying to do right now. The Condemn is very strong. It's going to stop the Wukong from absolutely getting onto your back line. It's going to stop him from being an excellent pairing with Leona, and I think it's going to be very helpful towards what 999 are trying to do, which is push back and then go in. They want to sort of force you in an uncomfortable spot, and then they want to separate you, and then they want to dissect you from there. They don't really want you to get onto them exactly. They want to get you onto them, and then they want to split you between your front and your back line, and then they want your back line to disappear. They don't care about if your front line is on top of a Vayne. The Vayne's going to have self-peel with the ultimate and the Q. She's going to have the invincibility absolutely resetting, and she's going to be quite fine if something like a Wukong, something like a Leona does end up diving onto her. I think it's actually quite an interesting pick. And going into the bans here.
No, I just want to say real quick, I agree with you if all those things happen like you said, right? But that's a lot of ifs. That's a lot of banking that, because I mean, they built a comp completely for a specific purpose in game one, did not get completed. They're building a comp here to where that very specific comp is meant for Vayne to be able to pick apart folks that are getting peeled away and getting peeled off from the rest of the team. So I just don't see that happening with the side of JP and what they have. You have the Sivir ult to be able to get folks to get re-engaged. You have the Leona shutdown, the Wukong knockup, and then depending on how the rest of it goes, I think it's going to be really difficult for that Vayne to really make a difference. But I mean, I have been proven wrong before, as we do get a Malphite pick here as well.
And with that Malphite pickup, that does give the side of 999 a lot more freedom for the Vayne to actually go in and get those auto attacks off, because depending on how well this Malphite plays, he could get a 3-4 man knockup, and then who's getting onto the Vayne at that point? They're probably all going to be getting CC'd to death by the Pantheon, the Hecarim, all running in. I mean, if they do lock in this Olaf, he'll probably be the only one because he can't be CC'd during his ultimate, but I think the Vayne can kite the Olaf out, so I do like the Malphite adaptation to try and make it so that way this Vayne can actually play the game into this comp. We'll just have to see if 999 can actually execute this comp properly.
Yeah, and I mean, like we were saying, 999 is obviously going for one specific thing, and that is very important. I think you need to have very good concentration in terms of what you want to do in your draft, and you want to have a win con. You don't want to just be 5 champions mixed together and not have a specific win con. And with Zoe popping in on this JB comp here, that is actually a bit of a wrench in the middle of the monkey here, as we have like 4 champions that really want to dive in, and now you have a Zoe who's just going to be playing from the back, and Morgana is actually going to be the lock-in, and it looks like it's going to be Pantheon versus that Zoe in the mid lane instead of something like, a Azir, which I thought was going to be like the option for 999 here in the mid lane, would have absolutely separated everyone from JB and would have really rounded out the comp together. But Morgana is also really good too, has that dive ability like the rest of them, and it is quite an interesting comp that 999 are going for here.
However, it is quite possible that the Morgana does go mid into the Zoe. Both champions actually can do pretty well into Zoe, with the Pantheon Shield being able to block the Zoe's true damage after getting trouble bubbled, and the Morgana being able to avoid the trouble bubble entirely with Black Shield. Both champions can do relatively well into that matchup. However, it's most likely going to be the Pantheon mid, which if Zoe does not play this right and stays as far away from Pantheon, he can just kill her level 3.
Very true. And I think that Triple Nine's team comp obviously has a lot of merit to it, but I think JB's team comp is just so hyper aggressive. If they get ahead early like they did last game, it's going to be absolute curtains for Triple Nine right off the bat. I mean, every single one of their champions just really wants to get a gold advantage above the opponent, and if any of them can get it, they'll start snowballing really hard. We've seen JB be able to snowball absolutely incredibly quickly with the Wukong last game, with just extremely aggressive plays around the map. Their chase potential is super strong. They play the team fights extremely well, and their positioning is absolutely immaculate. It's going to be on Triple Nine really to show us what they have. They don't actually have to play necessarily too far into the pocket of JB this game. They don't have to go in. They can play pretty peely with the Morgana, with the Pantheon. They are able to play a little bit farther back the vein, can get some free shots, but it will be on JB to start the early game off well. And if they don't, I think Triple Nine actually do have this game in the bag.
Yeah, and another thing that I want to note is 3 out of the 5 champions in JB, the ones that are actually doing damage, are AD, which is basically a Malphite's wet dream. He likes to stack armor, and the comp that JB has drafted is very heavily on the side of attack damage, so Malphite is going to have a really easy time itemizing, especially for 2v2s with the Wukong Olaf. All Malphite has to do is build a Thornmail first, and it's pretty hard for the Olaf and the Wukong to actually kill him, besides the Olaf true damage. He'll just have to recognize that and be able to adapt his item set to be able to survive those engagements.
Definitely. Alrighty, here we are getting into the choose your loadout section of it. So make sure you guys get your votes in on who you think is going to win this game. Do you think it's going to be JB going in with a clean 2-0, or do you think it's going to go 1-1 for Triple Nine? Let us know what you guys think in the chat. Use the exclamation mark vote, and either JB or the Triple Nines, obviously. And yeah. Obviously, I think this game is going to be quite interesting. I want to give it to Triple Nine again, just because of the fact that they scale extremely hard, but we've seen JB get these early leads, so I think JB might be able to actually secure this game as well, because they are playing towards their early aggressive pocket, which is sort of what they were capitalizing on last game, so they are pretty much going full send on that half of the game.
Yeah, I changed my mind. I flip-flopped, so I'm going for JB. It looks like Gurf is with me as well. I saw that in the chat. So it is nice to see you, to get some fellow love there. So we do have, I think, just with the comp here overall, we have more engaged now for Triple Nine, which is a lot better considering what they needed. That's what they lacked in the first game. Malphite, I'm assuming obviously this is going to be a full tank Malphite. I'd be surprised if you went any AP items, because you do have that pickup there with the Morgana being able to utilize that. The great thing about the comp for JB is, regardless of all the CC that Triple Nine have, that Olaf there is the absolute best pick. He can just charge directly into folks who have absolutely no health and just continue to delete them and knock them down. I think that, combined with the CC with Leona and Wukong, I think they are a deadly combination. I'd be really shocked to see this kind of go by the wayside for them, so I am going to give it to JB for this one.
That's fair. Dream Unforgiven, what do you think of this matchup?
I went for Triple Nine. Gonna roll the dice here. I was wrong the first time. I don't think I'm gonna be wrong this time. Just the amount of engage that they have. If JB doesn't get an early lead, the side of Triple Nine is going to outscale them. They have the Vayne, which is one of the strongest late game hyper carries in the game. And you now have it combined with the Pantheon support and the Morgana mid, something that I had noted earlier, which is going to be kind of hard for Leona to actually engage on, because the moment she tries to Zenith Blade in, it's an easy condemn or a Pantheon stun. Whereas the Sivir can just spell shield all of that, the Leona cannot. And while she is very tanky, Vayne kind of doesn't care about how tanky you are with true damage. So I do slightly favor the side of Triple Nine just because of the comp that they drafted. They have a lot of dive and disruption for the backline, which makes it the only ones that will be able to actually do damage are going to be the Wukong and the Olaf, where Sivir and Zoe are going to have to run for their lives from this Pantheon Malphite Hecarim diving onto them. And the Morgana is going to be able to peel for the Vayne really well, using that black shield to stop anybody from getting Paddle Star, Trouble Bubble, CC'd by the Leota, pretty much anything. And because since it's a mid lane AP Morgana, those black shields are going to be that much stronger in the mid to late game as well.
Yep. And obviously now we've seen the votes go through. On the desk here we have 2-for-1 in favor of Triple Nine, but obviously JB can't surprise us as they have last game. Maybe they'll sway some more votes if they end up winning this one. And we are going to get into the loading screen, ladies and gentlemen. So please stick around. We'll be right back as we get into spectator delay. Alrighty, and sorry for the long break, ladies and gentlemen, but we're finally into this game 2 now. We have both teams ready on the map here, and it looks like JB are going for a bit of a cheeky level 1 like they did last game 2. We do have a bit of a ruin, interesting ruin take here from the Malphite here. We have to press the attack on the Malphite, so that's going to be quite a bit of trading going on between him and the Wukong. So obviously he knows what's going to happen. He's going to be auto attacking a lot, and maybe that's just his comfort room. What do you guys think?
I don't like it.
I
I don't like it. Malphite's their tank, and he went press the attack. Like, I don't know. I don't know what do you think, Wheelbarrow?
I don't think anything. It hurts my head right now. I hope there's a master plan. Maybe he is going to go full crit build or something. But I'm just really dumbfounded right now. He needs that heal and the sustain, especially when he's going against a Wukong here. I know that Wukong was played by Alexander last time, right? But that Wukong, regardless, with the Conqueror, is going to be able to have that sustain and put out that damage. And I don't know why Maxwell went with that, but I guess we'll see.
Yep. And obviously, usually in this situation, you would see the Grasp of the Undying going down for the Malphite. The press the attack, probably just a different variation on that. He is still going to be auto-attacking quite a lot, so there isn't a lot of problem here, as the bot lane is getting quite aggressive. Obviously, at level 1 here, you want to get the Vayne, that level 2 power spike before the enemy Leona. Otherwise, it can be quite curtains for him, but it looks like Triple Nine doing a very good job in this bottom lane of setting up that level 2 very quickly and getting control, definitely.
Yeah, Leona having chugged through both of her health potions already, and taking more poke for that, it's really hard for Leona to actually go in. Like I said in the pregame, if Leona goes in, it's just an easy stun. And wait, that press the attack actually did a lot of damage to the Wukong there. Hold on.
We were getting a little bit of a change of minds here in the casting couch here. As Wukong is very strong at the moment. We've got Quanser getting the bubble on him, but he is going to be just fine in that. This is quite a bit of change of pace in the mid lane here from what we saw last game. It's two mages who really want to poke each other out compared to what was last game. Two big beefy boys who want to be in long sustained fights. It's really about who's going to get the better poke down in this mid lane rather than who's going to stay in a fight longer.
And looks like Hecarim's going to be able to get that scuttle here for the bot jungle. And we do get a roam here as well from Alexander. I do like that. He's going to place a ward there on that already taken red side buff. So there is a little bit of knowledge gained here from both sides. So I really do like that.
And I really like what Olaf did here. He went for a complete full clear of his entire jungle. There is no camp. Yeah, there's no camps left up, so he's already sitting on a quite or small advantage over the Hecarim, who hasn't even taken the blue buff, just taking it now, and the Gromp. So I really like that adaptation from the Olaf, and he's going to be able to just walk in because of the wards and take the Raptors, which is going to put him even further ahead.
Yep, he's going to have a little bit of a lead here onto Dasui in this jungle, which isn't too surprising. We did see it last game too, so maybe Dasui will answer and try and go for his Raptors, or he might spot out Eddie on this on these Raptors of his own, as he is going to walk in and see that they're gone. He's now a little bit confused as Maxwell is going for a bit of a
look how far
aggressive trade in this top lane here as we see Keddy walking in. Maxwell is going to have to run away, is going to try and limp away, but here comes the Hecarim Dasui. It does pop his ghost on the side, is going to run it for Nomad. Who is going to get the first blood first here? Is it going to be... It isn't going to be Nomad. Nomad's not going to die, and Dasui is now 1v1 versus Keddy, and Maxwell is here too. But Keddy gets such a good axe and takes down both of them and is now auto-attacking down the Hecarim. Gets 2 kills. An absolutely insane trade down in that top lane here, as Tangerine is now trading on to Alkis as he is trying to limp away, trying to get out as he can, but the flash from Tangerine is going down, and Grape is going to try and get the kill. The auto attack is going to secure it. Tangerine burns the flash for absolutely nothing, and Grape secures the kill with an auto attack. Very well played from Triple Nine's bottom lane, and 2 kills, very well played from Ketty. Absolutely insane that he was able to turn that 2v1.
Yeah, you know what probably helped Maxwell there in that top lane? Grasp of the Undying, just saying. But overall, like, he turned around and just inted right into that Ketty. I don't understand what the mindset there was. I'm just kind of doing caster cursing right now, so I apologize. That was just insane to see. Really good job though by that Olaf. He already has the bounty on his hands, and he got a full Cinderhawk.
He just finishes his jungle item, goes back and buys the whole thing on his first back. It's terrible if you're the side of Triple Nine.
Yeah, that is not what you want to see off the first back for an Olaf of all people who really wants to get ahead in their early game. Of any of the 4 people that really want to get ahead in the early game here, Olaf is just the one that takes the highest caliber, the top tier there of people who want to get ahead early, and he is really capitalizing on it here, has that Cinderhulk, and is going to walk in for this jungle here as Alex Kanner is going to spot the Hecarim in this little dragon dance, and it's going to be a bit of a fight as it looks like JB are in a better spot right now, going to take down that Scuttle as Maxwell and Nomad are trading up on that top side.
Yeah, and Malphite can TP in. He does have the ultimate. The Wukong cannot. So if Malphite wants to get into this engage, he's going to have to start backing off now. It looks like they're just going to give the dragon, though, so...
Yep, relatively smart decision there from this side of JB as Nomad and Maxwell are going at it in this top lane. Maxwell is going to have to burn the ultimate here and is going to walk away. Very small HP on the side of Maxwell here. If Nomad gets an E, he will definitely convert it into a kill. But here comes the Sui coming up in that top lane as Tangerine gets that little E down onto... Or, sorry, not Tangerine. Alkis gets the E down onto Tangerine as here comes Hecarim in the top side. Desui with the E charging on Nomad. Does end up burning everything, in a very good read from Desui to not charge into the clone. Is going to be able to pick up the kill onto Nomad. Very smart, both sides. You can see the read from the Hecarim clone. They know what they're dealing with now. Triple Nine definitely understand that there is higher priorities than hitting a clone.
Yeah, and I really like what the Hecarim did there when he was going in. He had the sweeper running, so that way when the Wukong tried to clone out, he saw the Hecarim, he saw the Wukong being invisible. As we got another engagement, but I don't think Pantheon likes those engages. He's just gonna run away. Health bar a little bit low there. But no, back to the top side, the sweeper running saw the Wukong trying to get a trade kill onto the Malphite, which is not good if you're walking to a Malphite. Has the Thornmail finish now versus the Tiamat, so it's going to be kind of hard for this Wukong to actually fight into the Malphite now.
If I may ask, just add in, why Merc Treads first on Pantheon here?
Reduce CC duration from the Leona? Question mark.
I understand, but they have 3 AD.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if that's the first item buy you would necessarily want. Obviously, there's the idea of it, but here comes Quanser just dodging that bubble there. A little bit of swag going on as the Rift Herald is going to be taken on this top side here for JB. They are doing a very good job at keeping the control. They do have the small jungle lead at the moment, so they can just stay safe, keep scaling up with these objectives and keep calm. Obviously, they don't have to jump the gun a little bit too early here. They can just play back, play safe, and they know that they're doing quite fine in this game right now. They got a little bit of a gold lead here, about 500, 400, and it's going fine for the side of JB. They are pushed up in this bottom lane now. Top lane and mid lane do have the control, though, so we do see Ketty walking into this bottom lane, going to get the Krugs, and then probably just path up towards top side, but he might look for a gank, actually, as he is walking towards the Tri-Brush.
There is no vision for the side of Triple Nine, so if he can pull this off, Hecarim is shadowing, so he'll be able to come in.
Oh, the E from Alclis, gonna get the lockdown onto Grape here. Is he going to be able to get out? It does not look like that'll be the case. That'll just be one straight kill for Lilas here. Now they are trying to peel off for Tangerine, but it does not look like that will happen. And it looks like Desui is going to fall down too. And that is another double kill here for Keddy. 4 kills strong going to the side of this Olaf here. Going to be itemizing towards that Black Cleaver next. So just absolute 80 tank shred. This Malphite is not going to be very happy, as he isn't very happy right now. Maxwell is getting traded on the flash from Nomad, and that is the secured kill. Is he going to fall down to the tower, though? No, it does not look like it'll be the case. But here comes Quanser with the ultimate from Morgana, but is not going to be able to secure the kill on Leona. But here comes Grape with that ultimate, going to be able to slice up that boy Nomad in the top lane. Here we got 4 people strong in this bottom lane. The Rift Herald has been summoned, and it looks like it'll just be charged and given some gold to the side of JB here. And overall across the map, that was a very good trade for JB. They got about 3 kills on the map, trading only 1 in the top side because Grape got a really good ultimate off after falling down in that bottom lane really quickly. And now Tangerine is going to end up picking up a lot of CS in this bottom lane here. Or in this mid lane, rather.
Can I just say something here? That completely answers your question from 2 minutes ago about Merc Treads. The reason you get Merc Treads is if you want to get 3-man ganked bot lane with no vision and die. That's exactly what happened there. Like, he should have maybe gone with a normal pair of the boots, and instead of committing to that Merc Treads, you pick up some control wards. You have that vision, you are prepared then for that Olaf to wrap around and come destroy you. So I think that's just a horrible investment there for that Pantheon. So.
And the Pantheon, does he have that? Is that upgraded already? Yeah, it's already upgraded, and he's still sitting on the yellow trinket. Great. Yeah. We need you to get a sweeper, bud.
Well, I guess he doesn't necessarily need it too quickly, considering he has.
There we go.
He has Hecarim, and there is the Oracle Lens upgrade that you were talking about. And it looks like things are just sort of relaxed now. The game is sort of in JB's favor, but obviously there is 30 gold or 30 CS up now for Tangerine in this bottom lane. He is taking commanding control, and if he can start pushing his advantage that he has, this 30 CS plus a bit of gold here, yeah, about 200 gold up onto this Sivir here. It's a big trade in this top lane, but it looks like Maxwell actually has the damage to trade back onto him, and it looks like another trade in the mid lane as like I was saying, the 30 CS gold lead can be pretty detrimental at this point in the game, whereas Sivir doesn't have that Essence Reaver quite yet as Grave. Alexander actually getting traded onto Queer. The Quants are going to flash preemptively in anticipation and is actually going to be able to pick up the kill. A 1v1 trade kill onto Morgana here for the side of Quanser, and it looks like 999 are very happy with that one.
Yeah, going back to your point with the Vayne having a 30 CS lead. Vayne had a 30 CS lead last game
Oh, big damage onto Keddy here. He is going to have to try and run away, but it does not look like that'll be the case, as a giant Leona ultimate's going to take down both of them, and they are super low. Tangerine's going to have to try and limp away from this one. Alexander is going to be on the way from base, going to be able to pick up the kill, hopefully. And it looks like Tangerine is going to try and make it out, is going to try and get away here, going to get the execute most likely. Yep, that will be the case. But an absolutely insane kill from, or an insane Leona ultimate from Alkis there to secure basically what is 2 kills and a long death timer on that Vayne.
Yeah, but Vayne picks up the 400 gold shutdown onto the Olaf. That is not the person you wanted to give that shutdown to. I don't know. 999 they're starting to make moves. This game is a little bit closer.
Yep, it definitely is, as Alexander is trying to run away in this mid lane here. Down 2 levels to this Morgana, is just trying to limp away, and it looks like they'll just be able to get the secure lockdown onto Alexander here, and that will be the case. A little bit of a missed Morgana Q there, a little bit going backwards, but you know, he maybe just hovered over the player profile and just shot it backwards there for a little bit of a joke. And yep, Alexander not showing too brightly off this game after being definitely the star of last game.
Yeah, and I believe 999 did ban the Zoe from them last game, or was it JB that banned the Zoe? I can't remember.
I can't remember currently at the moment.
Because if JB was or if 999 did ban them, I don't think they banned the Zoe again. Zoe's not doing very well into this lane. I don't know if it's because of the lack of... So we got another engagement.
Yeah, a little jump in here from Quanster, going to get the double man ulti, but it's not going to end up locking down the Sivir. And now the trade back onto Morgana here as Maxwell shows up. He's going to be able to put down that ultimate somewhere. Who knows? But it looks like it will go down as Tangerine is going to pick up Alkis on the side. Alex Kander is now trying to run away from Maxwell and from Desui, and it looks like they will be able to make it out with the axes just slowing and slowing. Nomad is going to show up on top of Quanster here, is going to flash and now just use the ultimate to try and lock him down, but the binding is for years and years, and he will not be able to get the kill, and it looks like that is a win for 999 as Tangerine is now looking for more. Gonna get the condemn onto Ketty here, is gonna get the kill too. Tangerine is popping off on this Vayne right now. He may have had 2 deaths in the early game, but right now he's showing that he can make back those deaths as kills.
Yeah, and you're getting the late game hyper carry fed earlier than the late game hyper carry should, and it's starting to translate very slowly. Already almost 1,200 gold into that Gwynsu's once the Vayne goes back, and they're going to pick up this Rift Herald here. Probably going to use it top lane or mid. I would prefer the mid lane, just because it allows you so much pressure across the map. Be able to get rid of... Look at the vision for the side of 999. Look how much vision they have on both sides of the map. You can't move anywhere in your own jungle without 999 knowing you're there, and for the side of JB, they have almost no vision anywhere besides that control ward and the river bush right there next to mid lane. That's about it.
Yeah, it is very impressive to see how much vision control there is right now for 999. They are very safe in this mid lane right now. All their wards sort of leading towards there, and Maxwell now looking for a bit of a trade onto Nomad here in this top lane. Is going to get that press the attack charge down, but Nomad's got the Conqueror, and you don't want to be trading with the Conqueror Wukong.
Yeah, and he does have the Black Cleaver. In fact, you have 2 Black Cleavers finished for the side of JB. So Malphite's tankiness isn't going to mean as much until he finishes the Sunfire Cape and probably the Iceborne Gauntlet, which will hopefully be 3rd. Not really... Zoe's not going to be the one to damage you, so I don't think you need to itemize any sort of anti... or any sort of MR, at least for the early stages of the game. So
yeah, and now we see a bit of a dragon dance here. Both sides kind of wanting this one. It would be sole point for the side of JB here, as Nomad is going to get locked up under the side of the wall here, as Maxwell is going to be there to secure the kill for the side of 999, but it looks like Grape is a little bit in deep here, going to be in the middle of 3 people. The E from Leona is going to be perfect, and Alex Kander is going to pick up that shutdown onto the Vayne. Not going to be able to get the kill on Grape. Never mind. The backward axe just throws over his shoulder, and now he's getting that kill, as that's a 2-for-1, actually 3-for-1 on the map for the side of JB, and that'll be a secure dragon. Very sad for the side of 999 here, who were looking so good up until that moment.
Yeah, this is sole point here. As soon as they pick this up, they'll be able to wait another 5, and then they'll be ready to take that soul. So, really good fight.
Oh man, Cloud Soul on an Olaf. Just
Right?
think of that for a second.
Yeah, that's deadly.
You thought you could run away from the Olaf before? Not with Cloud Soul on him.
Yeah, Soul Point now going over to the side of JB. They are absolutely taking control of this game right now. The Vayne still doing quite good for herself. Almost has that Rage Blade and is still up quite a bit of gold, at least on top of this Sivir here, up about 1,000 up. But it doesn't look like it's that big of a deal. It seems like JB knows exactly how to deal with it. The Leona has been on point with her ease and has been hitting Tangerine like, I don't know, a skewer on a shish kebab or something, because it looks like it's just going straight through.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it's just the cleanse. If Tangerine had brought cleanse into this matchup, I think Tangerine gets away from that fight, because it had been long enough for the cleanse to have come back off cooldown from the previous engagement. But with the heal here, sure, it allows you to survive just a little bit longer, but cleanse is almost a must if you're going into a Leona lane. It's disrespectful not to bring a cleanse against Leona, unless you have a Morgana on your side.
That is true, and he does have the Morgana, but unfortunately the Morgana was not there to save him in that last team fight where he did end up falling really hard in favor of Alkis, and Ketty just absolutely shredding him and catching him with all of that CC. He is going to have to buy that QSS very soon. Gonna have to pay his taxes, and then we'll see if he can survive a few more of these giant bursts that JB can throw out, and that will really decide whether or not they start winning these team fights. It's another great solo kill from Quanster there, absolutely just murdering Alex Canada, knowing exactly where he would be with that ultimate, and then showing off the Morgana skill. Obviously, Alex Canada a little bit doubting of the absolute damage that QW does from Morgana. If you get hit by even one of those, you are going to be shred to half HP, and he was already at half, so might as well just lose it all.
Yeah, and contrary to the previous game, this game...
No, Alkis trying to get on Tangerine again. Sorry to interrupt you, but it looks like Ketty is going to be getting on top of Tangerine. No, he won't, as Quanster is now here to answer back. Now it looks like Tangerine's got his time to play. Never mind. Just a bit of posturing in the mid lane here. A lot of things burnt, but nothing was actually secured. And it looks like with this response, it looks like 999 is going to be getting this mid tower down for it, as Grape is hopping onto Alkis, but just a flash from Alkis should get him out of there. The Sleepy Trouble bubble will be too much to deal with, and he will have to walk away.
Yeah, and I was going to say that contrary to the previous game, the gold was even, but now for the first time, I think for 999, they have a very minor gold lead. First time this entire series, which spells really good.
Oh, that flash E was so good from Alex Kander, but the block from Desui was even better. Just taking that Q, tanking it up, gets Alex Kander out of there, and that is a big kill for the side of 999. Now, from what was a gold lead, very minor, to a 1K gold lead. So it looks like 999's got a little playmaker up here in the jungle. Desui on that Hecarim really being there for his team, knowing exactly where Ketty is going to be and just responding at the right times.
Yeah, and if nothing else happens by the end of this game, I'm giving my and 999 win, I'm giving my vote towards Desui just for that play. That was really nice to save his 80 carry there.
Yeah, definitely. As just a bit of posturing now for Drake, which is going to be coming up in about 50 seconds here. This is pretty much a do or die for the side of JB. If they get this dragon, it's going to be quite nice for them. They will be able to scale as the ultimate is going to come down, but that is an incredible black shield for Tangerine here, but he is just going to fall. The damage just shreds through the black shield, and Quanster is now in the middle of everyone, unable to do anything. No ultimate, nothing at all. Maxwell and Desui are alone now, trying to deal with this dragon that's going to be up in 25 seconds. A very good play from JB, making the play, making the call to go in, and making the right moves to secure 3 kills in that mid lane for no deaths. He's going to secure the second tower too, and also the dragon to boot. So even when 999 looked like they had a bit of a way back in this window, it closed right up. JB was like, you know what? No open window policy. It's winter. You don't need to have your windows open. It's too cold outside, so we're just gonna close them for you. You know?
Yeah. Only thing I see stealing this would have been the Pantheon ultimate, but not gonna come out. And now you're gonna have an Olaf running at you at Mach 10 with the Sivir ult and the the Sivir ult as well on top of Olaf ultimate. You know how fast that Olaf's about to be running right now? Oh my lord.
He's going to be a zoomer for sure.
Yeah.
That is going to be a big Olaf. Red Wheelbarrow, what do you think of that?
I like it so far. I kind of wish, just with the early lead that he got, that he was able to kind of make some more pressure. But that's just kind of hindsight. Looking at what they have right now, they pretty much have full objective control. They need to focus a little bit more, though, on their vision. They're getting killed right now if you actually look across the board as far as what each other can see.
Tangerine getting jumped on and absolutely bursted. 2 kills straight for JB. That's what you were talking about earlier, Dream, about the Sivir ultimate giving so much movement speed. They were able to just zoom right through, get 2 quick kills, and now they're going to start up this Baron. This should be free for them unless Desui gets the miracle.
Yeah, and if anybody can do it, it's Desui. He's already proven that he can save people before. Morgana's here as well. Malphite.
The question is, can he save the game for 999 here? And it doesn't look like it. He is not going to be able to get over the wall, and it doesn't look like they are going to be able to answer that that Baron. It is going to be secured by JB, and now it's a 1v1 between Alex Kander and the side of Hecarim. The trouble bubble does go down. Is he going to burn down? It doesn't look like that'll be the case, and the red buff will be stolen over to the side of JB. So Baron over to JB. That looks like a death sentence for 999, if I'm being honest. What do you guys think?
Yeah, Zoe already went back, spent a lot on, pretty much finishing the Oblivion Orb. I love the Wukong, by the way, finishing up the Hydra. Gotta go with some Magic Resist as well, which I think is a great third item. Overall, there's nothing on the side that I find, like, really surprising. Besides this Sivir, they really need to knock down this Sivir, sitting on a 400 gold bounty right now. They need to focus that and get that off of there.
Yeah, definitely, and I love the Oblivion Orb coming up from Zoe. Just getting extra Magic Pen to reduce even more of the base MR that a lot of these enemy team members are going to be sitting on, because they aren't itemizing MR. You have the QSS on the Vayne, you have the Hecarim with that Aegis, but you aren't seeing Merc Treads on everyone. You're seeing it on Pantheon because, why not? But you're not seeing it on pretty much anyone else. Alex Kander is going to get jumped on here by Desui, but he is in the middle of 4 people in the middle of nowhere. Quanser is now getting chased on by 3 people, and it looks like that ultimate's only going to be used to try and disengage nobody, and it looks like Alex Kander almost burning down there. Actually stands in the W a little bit for a bit of BM, and yeah, this looks like curtains for the side of 999. Yeah, JB really playing around this Baron really well.
Yeah, they have to get a really good engage from the Malphite here. That's about their only hope. Try to stall. 13 seconds. The Hecarim still has his ultimate. It looks like side JB is just going to walk away here. Baron's going to be running out here soon. So I think that's smart. They don't want to overstay, because Hecarim and Malphite would spell a lot of trouble, and they are missing ultimates right now besides the Wukong and Leona ultimate. So I do like them backing off here. Probably playing for the Elder Dragon, which is going to be spawning here in about 2 minutes. They know they can win pretty much any fight. However, if 999 wants a chance into this game, the Elder Dragon is the way to do it.
Very true, very true. 999 have to get this Elder Drake. They have to make something happen because they are starting to fall behind. And you can really see it in the ADC. The 30 CS difference has now been only a 20 CS and slightly growing for the side of the Sivir every time he gets a little bit of this wave. And yeah, like Red Wheelbarrow was saying, the Sivir is just absolutely massive. The utility that she gets from the ultimate is just shredding through these members of 999, and they just have no way of answering it really unless they are able to get on top of her. And that just isn't the case, because Quanser, even with the slows on his ultimate, is not going to be able to lock her up because she just has the ultimate, the spell shield, and a million movement speed to get away from this sort of thing.
Yeah. Bright side for the side of 999, the Vayne now has QSS. Thank the Lord.
Yes, thank God.
Yeah, but look at what they did there. They went around and took that bottom tower. They pushed everyone back on the side of 999. They're going to see if they can get a pick off here, and just in time to go back and get the dragon.
Oh no, Grape! Oh, he hops into a lot of people. The ultimate from Leona is down, and there is the big cyclone. Tangerine is in the middle of multiple people, and is just burning down. Desui falls down. Tangerine is trying to kite his way back. He is kiting back. Oh my God, he gets the kill onto the Olaf there, and Maxwell is trying to lead many people away, many people astray. And Quanser is going to get a little bit of a bind there, but nothing is going to go down, and that is 2 for 1 for the side of 999. Actually, a pretty good trade. Never mind. Alex Alex Kander gets the kill on Quanser in the back line there, and it looks like they're going to open up a second inhibitor, might just end the game right here. Maxwell, though, very smart of him to stop the minion wave from going down, and it looks like it's up to Tangerine to try and clear this game. The QSS goes down. Alkis is burning, but it is not burning fast enough, and here comes Grape, is going to be able to clean up Alkis on the back line there, but the enemy team is just focusing your Nexus, guys. You can't just let it happen. Grape is trying, Maxwell's trying. It looks like they're going to be unable to end this game at the moment. Dasui has stopped Lilas from being on the... Oh, they stopped him from being on the Nexus, and it looks like they were able to defend. 999 gets the ace in return for that one, and now it looks like Ketty is just running for this Elder Drake here. Grape does burn the ultimate in case somebody is already on it, as looks like nobody is, and Dasui is running straight there. Grape is going to get a face full of Ketty, though, so he has to be careful, as here comes Dasui with that ultimate. The Ketty ultimate is insane, though, has no interruptions. No way they're going to be able to trade back on this, and that is a great ultimate for Maxwell, and the perfect timing of the Ketty ultimate going down. Dasui is now trying to run away from Ketty here, but he is going to get traded back. The E is massive, and he's trying to 1v3 this. Is he going to do it, though? The pressing attack is big, and that's a teleport from Quanser. He's trying to get in here now, and it looks like that'll be just in disengage. The Elder Dragon will go to nobody at this point, but it looks like it is a lot more in the hands of JB, because they have 5 people strong running directly towards it.
Yeah, and you gotta watch out, because the Wukong TP is up. If you guys try to go and contest it, Wukong just TPs and ends the game. You don't have any turrets at your Nexus anymore.
And yeah, that's going to be Elder Drake secured for JB here. So unfortunate for the side of 999. They've put up such a great fight up to this point, but this is looking like curtains, as they're going to go straight for that Baron. They're going to get the double big Baron buff, and they are going to be absolutely massive, as you can't even see some of the base of the red team through the fog of war.
Yeah, this game was a lot closer. I think this is it, though.
Yeah, and that is a bright side to this, though. This game was very close. It was definitely in 999's hands. They just need to get more objective control. They have been falling behind on these objectives, as Grape is getting jumped on by Alkis, but he is alone at the moment. That is a giant binding onto Lilas, actually gets the kill right down. Tangerine also falls, though, and there is the Elder buffs going off. You can see them going insane for the side of 999, burning everyone to the ground in a 1v4 ace. They were able to pick off Lilas at the beginning of that fight. It looked so good for a second, for a mere second, and now the Nexus is gone. That is just how JB played this game, and that is just how it happens. 999 down 0-2 in this series, and JB taking a strong game 2.
Oh
Man.
my lord.
Yeah, that was a lot closer than I feel it had any right to be. Honestly, just going off of that Maxwell at the top lane, that Wukong was still able to make a really big impact. I really feel that pressed the attack. I was looking up and doing some research. That pressed the attack. It does have a little bit of leeway here in the professional scene, a little bit, but I just feel there just wasn't enough team coordination there, especially with the vision. You still had that picked up really well by Alkis. So just really good job, but they did it. Let's see if they can make it another game in a row and close this out.
Yeah, what a crazy game from the side of the JB. They actually were looking a little bit darker at points in that game. You saw 999 get a little bit of a gold lead, but as soon as they did, the clutches of JB just came full swing. They were able to run directly at you for most of that game, and it was just curtains from there. They really had no answer to how much they were able to just run you down, and it was basically the story like that for last game too, except this time it just seemed more, I don't know, visceral. It seemed like they had a lot more killing on their mind in this game.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for the side of 999, because there were flashes there. If, like, for example, in that final fight, if 999 had that Elder buff and you have that Malphite and Pantheon and Hecarimults again, I believe all 5 of them just die upon impact for the side of JB. They're not tanks, and they're getting blown up by 3 members of the team all at once. It's small things like that that just make a massive difference. The Olaf basically 1v3ing. If he had died there, I think the side of 999 try to go for the 50-50 with no junglers there and leave the Vayne in the base to stop the Wukong from ending the game. But that would have been the only avenue at that point of success if they had killed the Olaf, which they failed to do. Olaf ends up killing two of them, I believe, at the Pantheon and the Heck Room. So
Yeah, what a absolutely insane game for JB. 999 gonna have to recoup a little bit after that one. We're gonna send it over to the analyst desk here in a moment to break down this game. But overall, I think 999 had a lot of good showing this game. I think they have a lot of opportunities in this next game to really take it back, and I think we could end up still going to a fifth game if that game was any indication. So we're going to send it over to the analyst desk now, and we'll be back here for game 3. Thank you guys very much for watching up until this point. Muted. You're muted.
Psycho muted spam in chat, boys. Psycho muted spam in chat. There it is. Anyways, as I was saying, people always say, Cloud Soul, kind of the worst Drake, but unless you have the JB comp there, anytime anyone from 999 was out of position, the speed, the lockdown, the ultimates all coming out from JB. It's so hard to play the game if you're anyone on 999 against that comp with the Cloud Soul. Ketty doing a great job of getting that straight 4 dragons in a row for the early soul. After they had that, all you have to do is play for Baron and Elder and push the enemy base down. Not much to do after that. The JB bot lane doing a great job. Maybe not ahead initially, but able to hold on to every single lead they actually had. So well played to them. Anyways, guys, I'm going to throw it on break. Be sure to vote on the player of the game poll as soon as it's up, and we will see you back in very shortly for game number 3. Welcome back to the analyst desk. My mic is no longer muted, thankfully. You guys voted on the poll for your player of the game, and it was a landslide victory for Kedi or Kidi, not sure how you pronounce that, so sorry about that. Anyways, on the Olaf just throughout the game, man. It's 2v1, even 3v1 sometimes. Coming up clutch in those skirmishes, able to kind of turn the tides. What Triple Nine thought were favorable skirmishes. Able to hold on, not give the other team Elder at the end there. Let his team get time to respawn and actually get over to the site. They got the Elder, they got the Baron, and from there, there's just really nothing you can do. Not to mention the countless good early game, just clearing well, early game objective control, early game ganks, getting the double kill very, very early. Just a monster performance from Kedi there. So congratulations there for the player of the game, but we are ready for game number 3, so I will send it back to the casters as we get into pick and ban.
Thank you very much, Psychonautic, for the send back as we're very quickly into these bans here. And we did get into this a little bit early. We got the bans already starting up here, and now just want to let you guys know that we are into game 3. It's currently 2-0 for the side of JB. Triple Nine has to win this game, otherwise they are out of the tournament. They are fully eliminated. This is the losers bracket, unfortunately, for these guys. One of them are going to be sent home today, and it'll have to be decided either in this game or the next 2. So what do you guys think is going to happen this game? Triple Nine has to make some adaptations.
As much as I want to see 5 games, I'm not sure if Triple Nine can pull it off. That last game was such a tilter, being so keeping up for that long and coming so close to actually taking these guys down and just faltering at the finish line there. It's so unfortunate, and I don't know what sort of adaptations that Triple Nine can pull out will be able to actually take down JB. JB just seems so flexible with their picks and their comp. Like, you ban one thing, like here they have the Olaf banned, so they're probably going to pick something that's just as bad.
Yeah, definitely. We saw in game 1 that obviously JB had some options, and Triple Nine with this adaptation actually go for the first pick Wukong. They pick away the JB's Wukong, who has been pretty solid for them both games here. Let's see if they are able to, impact in the same way that the Wukong has been for the past 2 games.
And I really like this adaptation. Wukong seems to have been such a staple for the way that JB won their previous 2 games. I mean, of course, the Olaf did pretty much all of the legwork game 1, but the Wukong going into the backline, disrupting everything, it's such a great takeaway from Triple Nine. I'm interested to see where they go ahead and put it. It's most likely going to be top lane for Maxwell, though if Quanser does play it, I wouldn't mind seeing him play it as well. Try to get a little bit of revenge against Alexander there. So I love that pick. However, we have the Senna being let through from game 2, already being picked up by JB. What do you guys think of that?
Senna with Morgana, obviously a very safe bottom lane there. This was what they decided to pick first game rather. JB, they decided to go with the double root bottom lane, and obviously it worked out for them. So they decided, why not go for it again? And obviously it doesn't seem like it's too opposed for the side of JB, and that's the Lilia actually locked in for Triple Nine here. So it looks like they are going for a bit of what JB was going for first game with that interrupt / death ball sort of comp where they just chase you down and have you run for the entire time.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. However, here's a small adaptation. We have the Twitch locked in for the side of Triple Nine. They went from one hyperscaling late game AD carry to the next one. Twitch after the buffs is extremely strong, so I'm thinking that they're probably going to ban away the Rakan and the Lulu, 2 of the probably best picks to go with Twitch for the side of JB. Unfortunately, Twitch doesn't have very much presence in lane, and against a double range bot lane like the Senna and Morgana, it's going to be really hard for him to actually get some damage down. And now with the Kindred, it kind of lasts just as long as Twitch's ultimate, maybe a little bit shorter. Kind of nullifies Twitch's ultimate going in and shredding through everybody if he can get it off fast enough, because once that late game hits, Twitch can kill you in about 2 hits, regardless of how tanky you are.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Dream. I'm sort of seeing a bit of an identity crisis on both sides here. We got the Kindred that 999 usually stables for the side of JB, and we've got the Lilia and Wukong from first game that JB would have ran. So it's a lot of flipping and flopping back and forth. We'll get to see who is the superior on some of these champions here, especially the Lilia in the jungle. And that Wukong in either top and mid, we're going to see some dominance here. And that's actually the Taric instead of what you were saying about the Rakan getting banned away. So Rakan still left up here, and that's actually quite good against what JB's team comp would want to do here.
Yeah.
I just want to say real quick, I pulled a Psychonaut. I was on mute this entire time. So I deeply apologize. But I did want to say just real quickly on this Twitch, I don't like the Twitch pick at all. Because it is about scaling, getting into the late game, getting hurricanes, getting Blade of the Ruin King, and then maybe some crit damage on top of that. I don't like it at all because 999 has not been able to get to the late game. And every time they've gotten, 30 minutes plus, it has been JB just already hammering on them and just needing to make a couple more objective grabs and they're winning. So I don't understand why they keep going this way. I would have preferred here to see someone who deals a really good amount of damage early to help prevent JB from getting such a heavy lead, something like a Lucian or a Caitlyn, something like that. But overall, because like you said, they immediately went with Kindred, and it just deletes anything that is going to happen from that Twitch. So
That is a very fair observation for sure. JB have definitely been playing these games very fast and very loose. And obviously the Camille matches that style, with that being their top laner most likely going up against this Wukong here. And that's overall a really good matchup for Camille. She definitely can last out in these trades. And it looks like it'll actually be the Janna to be paired up with the Twitch here. So that disengage that 999 has been lacking these past few games is coming in full swing here with the support for their side. And a Swain too for the mid lane. Why not? Might as well just get that champion that was quite strong in your game one, but was unfortunately counterpicked. And give it another go. I mean, it seems pretty good here. I mean, they've got the Kindred, so you can pretty much just sit very comfortable in the middle of that and burn everyone. It's a good pick. What do you guys think?
It is good. Even into this Ahri, I think that Swain does win the 1v1 pre-6 into the Ahri if it is locked in. But 999 is running into a problem again. They don't have any sort of hard engage besides the Wukong ultimate and maybe a follow-up Liliana ultimate. That's pretty much all of their engage right there. Whereas for the side of JB, you have Morgana binding, you have the Senna binding, you have Camille stun, Ahri charm. There's so many ways to engage on the side of JB where you're funneling all of your engage into one or two champions on the side of 999. So once again, JB has locked themselves into a very specific comp that needs to do a very specific thing. And as we've seen in the previous two games, they cannot succeed in doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope that 999 can pull it off this time around. But if history comes back, then it's going to probably be a 3-0 for JB again.
I just want to point out one thing here. You're absolutely right here in the comp that 999 has. They're just repeating the first two things. But right away, what does JB have that 999 doesn't? They have someone to get into that backline with that Camille. So there's some really good opportunities there for flanks coming in from the side of JB. Whereas for 999, you need everyone to be ahead early and then get to the late game smashing on top of JB. Otherwise, JB just absolutely takes this to the winnings. So I completely agree with you. They did not, again, get someone who can get into that back lane. They tried with the Hecarim, so maybe they felt that wasn't going to work, going a second time in a row, but they need someone to get into that back line. Whether it's a Vi, someone that can deal some damage there, so...
Well, I think 999 actually has some pretty good dive in this comp. I think Twitch Wukong, Lilia Swain should be relatively easy for them to get in the middle of a team fight. My problem is, how are they going to get out? They can get into the middle of a team fight very easily, but then they'll have the Kindred ulti to counter them. They'll have the Camille ultimate to push them into a hexagon. They'll have the Ari charm to interrupt somebody's like key rotation from going off. It's very hard once you're inside of a team fight as 999 to get out of it. They don't really have the best disengage options because Janna is good, but if you're in the middle of a team fight, Janna's only pushing around you, which is where they're pretty much already going to be. If the Janna is anywhere near the Swain who's in the middle of the team fight, she's probably already dead. So it's very hard for 999 to coordinate what the Wukong, the Lilia, and the Swain are going to do, and then also match it with what the Twitch and Janna are going to do. I think JB's team comp is a lot more straightforward in the fact that they want to sort of neutralize a push and then sort of bounce back with the range advantage that they have, with the dashes that they have. They have a lot of chase potential, and they can really force these fights in small corridors where they will get a lot of value out of these AoE abilities that they have, the REQs, the Camille ultimates, the Kindred ultimates, stuff like that. It's super hard for 999 to really start something, and then when they do, it's also very hard for them to stop it. So it's going to be on 999 to start something and then finish it very quickly.
Yeah, and if the Ari goes the Super Soaker build, it's going to be even harder to disengage because now you're going to be sitting on lanes of ice. And if you're all in and you're sitting on lanes of ice, you're definitely not getting out after that.
Yep, and I want to talk about now who you guys think is going to win this game. Do you think JB's got a 3-0? Do you think 999's going to take it to the 2-1, maybe even get a reverse 3-0? What do you guys think here?
I'm going to do some reverse psychology. I'm going to vote for JB and hope for 999 to win so we can get game 4 and 5.
All right. And what do you think, Red Wheelbarrow? Who do you think is going to take this game?
We don't need psychology for this at all. This is 100% JB. It's the exact same kind of playstyle as the first two games. They have people to engage. They have the ability to do poke. I don't think that 999 really has the mentality to recover from a 2-game loss. So we'll see, but I give this fully to JB just based on the picks here.
Yep, and that makes a lot of sense, honestly, with how these teams are going about. It seems like JB's got a very comfortable draft, and I can definitely agree with that. And I want to make sure that the chat knows now that you guys can also let us know who you think is going to win this game. You can go to the chat right now. You can click exclamation mark vote, and then you can hit JB or 999 for who you think is going to win this game, and obviously show you who you're repping in this game, and who you think is going to make it further on into the losers bracket. Loser of this game does get eliminated and will not be able to further advance into the playoffs here. So both these teams sort of on a death wish. But, JB's looking a little bit strong right now with the Camille, the Ari, stuff like that. 999's really going to have to show us, though, what this Twitch, what this Swain, what this Lilia is made of, because they can scale, but you need to give them that time, and you need to stop fighting early. They have been falling into these pitfalls where they have gotten very very harshly outscaled in the early game, and obviously they'll have to show what can happen if they get past the early game, and that's what I want 999 to show us.
Yeah, 100%. The side of 999, they do have ways to win this. They're just, once again, very small and very specific, whereas you have multiple ways of winning this game. You have 4 damage dealers on the side of JB. You have the Camille, who can pretty much solo anybody on their team on the side of 999, besides maybe the Wukong and the Swain. The Kindred will make sure nobody dies and can dish out a lot of damage on their own. The Ari, depending on the build, can assassinate the Twitch before Twitch can even get a chance to open fire. And the Senna, while the latest game's late game carry for the team, will still be able to put out damage and heal the team throughout the game as well.
Yep, and we are in game, so we will be loading in. Thank you very much. And we are back. Game three. As teams are loaded onto the Rift now, we do have items starting to be bought, and we do have lanes starting to run. As it looks like a standard 5-point for the first time here for the side of JB. Maybe a sign of change, but who knows, as standard 5 points are going to be laid out now for both teams. Seems no action in the early game this time.
So I do expect action to happen because Lilia has the mark of Kindred on her already. So I think there might be a delayed or an early invade into the jungle for the side of JB with that mark. At least I hope so. I like watching these fights, especially in the early game.
She does have that, so it would be nice to see if she does get some backup as well, maybe going towards a scuttle or something like that after a rotation. But yeah, I completely agree with you there. There should be a little bit of a fight to try to secure that, because you want to get this Kindred online. But, I mean, ultimately, I really feel just with the players that they have, I think they're going to be perfectly fine, even if she does take her time and they maybe skip that mark, but we'll see.
Yeah, and before minions start hopping up here in these lanes, I just want to touch on the fact that your votes have been counted, and it seems like 71% of you guys think that JB is going to take this in a 3-0 fashion. So obviously, a bit of hype towards JB now. They've got a lot of momentum going into this game, and off of this, it seems like they have been playing extremely well, just going off of early game, or going off of the first 2 games, rather.
Yeah, and something interesting that I really like to make sure that JB have the agency to just roam around the map pretty freely. Up until the Swain came and fixed that, was the Ahri started with the sweeper, which cleared that early ward for the side of 999. Now Swain did go and replace it, but that's already some gold into the pocket and some experience into the pocket of Ahri, allowing Ahri to get the 2 slightly before, just because of the sweeper. Oh.
Yeah, and you can see that. You can see that damage being very effective in the mid lane here, as Alexander getting a little bit of a good HP trade, but a lot of poke going on to Grape in this bottom lane here. Definitely not having a fun time against the double range bottom lane.
And that's the downside of play, Jana.
Can't really... Big damage here. The Ignite going to go down onto Quanser. Is Alexander going to have the damage to finish it? No, he will not. But a crazy Ignite already going down. Alexander playing extremely aggressive as Kenny is going to find a Sui in his jungle, and he is going to try and get the kill here, and it looks like he will get it. The mark is going to go down, and Quanser is now here to secure the kill, though, and Maxwell will clean up those double buffs, take them off of Keddy, and say thank you very much.
That completely late rotation from the Wukong there. They should have anticipated that. That's exactly what we were just talking about the first minute. But very unfortunate, because you don't want to be giving that to that Kindred, especially when it's telegraphed like that. You know after the first wave of clearance that there's going to be an investigation into that jungle side to see if they can pick her off, and I mean, they did.
Yeah, and because the Lilia did not complete getting their buff, this means that Kindred gets the mark for free.
Exactly.
Which means Kindred is going to be sitting at 2 marks at 4 minutes, and I believe it is 4 for the passive to come online. So already stacking those passes up, and the lane state at top lane, Kindred could just put a mark on Wukong and go topside. And it looks like that's exactly what's about to happen.
Yeah, looking at it here comes the Kindred. Wukong is too far up in this lane, is going to try and get this double buffs back for himself, and it looks like that'll be the case, as Keddy is super strong on this Kindred already. 2 marks, 3 actually already for the side of Keddy here. He got that Scuttle Crab, he got the 2 marks already off the bat, and only 2, sorry. He didn't get the mark on the Wukong up in top lane here, but he did get the kill, does get the double buffs back for himself. A little bit of reservation, it looks like Wukong was used as a hotel there, so
yeah,
make sure that he's nice and fed, as that's the flash actually coming out from Lias is going to pick up the kill. Tangerine now going to get exhausted down, and here's two people rotating down in the bottom lane here. Swain and Lilia here right now, ready for this little gank to go down, and it looks like the double roots are big, massive. Alkis gets killed by Desui, and now he's going to clean up the wave for Tangerine. He's going to push it into the tower and get a little bit of crash down so Tangerine can finally get that reset that he was looking for.
Triple Nine showing they still have some fight. Already down 1,000 gold, though. And once again, it's Ketty that has pretty much all the gold for the side of JB. 2 kills. They're not deathless yet, or this time around like they were, and... Ooh.
Really good charm, but Alex Kander now has to walk away from double ranged poke, just absolutely poking him in the booty. Trying to get him, but unable to lock him down too hard there. And now Alex Kander just having a little bit of an unfortunate time here in the mid lane. Is still up CS, though, up about 12 CS at the moment, is quite nice for him. Oh, as Ketty finds Grape in the jungle here, is going to get the E down, and the big damage. Wow. Ketty finding 3 kills off the bat as Quanser now getting the level 6 dink from Alex Kander, and Alex Kander is going to trade kills here. That is actually pretty good for the side of Alex Kander, because that allows Ketty to walk in with no fear to secure this dragon. The bot control was already there from the kill onto Grape, and the kill onto Quanser secures the dragon. Very well played from JB, and that's already level 6 dinked for the side of Ketty here. He is playing off of his mind right now.
Oh my lord, this is exactly what we were talking about in the pregame. It's Triple Nine's falling for the trap again. They're doing the same exact thing they did last time, and it's not working. Look at that damage that Camille's Empower Q does to the Wukong there. With just the Sheen. Man.
Sheen is such a strong ability to hit early. It's super effective and really putting a lot of damage down onto this Wukong early, like you're saying, as Alkis actually is gets a little bit of poke down, but here comes Ketty in this bottom lane. The root is on to the Twitch. Oh, and a perfect Morgana Q, but it doesn't look like they have the vision to get him to secure the kill, and it looks like Tangerine's going to be able to limp away from that one, just able to, barely.
It's just constant fighting between the two teams now. That gold lead is now ballooned to a 2,000 gold lead. Ooh.
Kander getting a bit of poke. Needs to be a little careful under that tower, but he is fine in this mid lane, chilling, as the boss would say. And that's another mark going down to the Kindred here as he secures the scuttle in the bot river.
But what was really cool about that Ari fight there, he did get pulled into the tower, but he didn't touch that Swain at all. So no tower shots were taken onto him.
Yeah,
that is true.
Definitely, but if the Swain had been tracking the timers there, he would have known that Flash and ulti weren't up. I'm pretty sure if Swain just went all in there with the ultimate, he could have killed the Ahri. Ahri had no way to escape, and even if she tries to fight back, Charm's on a pretty long cooldown. I think he just kills her at that point under the tower. As we get an engagement in the top lane?
Yeah, Maxwell going in for the 1v1 here, does have that big knock-up. Nomad trying to limp away here, but it doesn't look like it'll be the case. Maxwell returning that 1v1 from the games before, and now Desui getting that excellent gank in the mid lane here. But here comes Ketty trying to clean up a kill in the back line, and is going to get the kill, and that's a Senna ultimate going down for Desui, trying to get that kill too, and that's 5 kills on Ketty. This man might be a kettle because he is burning up.
Oh my lord.
That's insane. He's player of the series, right? Like, just absolutely, with the Olaf, especially just in game 1 as well. Like, everything he has done has just been absolutely game-changing. And to be up this, we already got Janna. Oh, man. Too bad they couldn't follow up there. That would have been a great kill.
A lot of roots there, so much damage. Janna has to play on the tips of her feet in this lane, as one bind can really just secure a kill straight up for JB here.
Yeah, and Kindred's sitting on 4 marks now. Getting that mark onto the Swain finally, having that up ever since the kill onto the Lilia on the bot side, and that brings her up to 4 stacks, which means her passive is now unlocked, and every stack after that, she's just going to get stronger.
Yeah, it's just pretty crazy. Her attack range is already up. She got 20% bonus attack speed with the dance of arrows. Like everything is just rocketing for her right now. And then when you look across the map here, we do have them poking back and forth mid, but the CS lead is all on the side.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, look at the CS lead.
The only ones that are close are topside
Yeah, that's it.
and jungle, but
and-
it doesn't matter in jungle because 5 and 1.
Yeah, 5-1. Like a 500 gold bounty. Like this is over already unless they can figure out how to slow it down and then start getting some picks. They need it to be slow so that they can get to the late game. And they have not been able to do that yet, so hopefully they can figure that out here.
Yeah, hopefully 999 really has to do something here as Alex Kander is going in on Quanser here. Is going to try and burn the kill, but it doesn't look like it'll be the case as Ketty is walking in now to try and secure something. Is going to try and dive under the tower, but it looks like he'll just try and get a few auto attacks off. And just an ultimate for ultimate pop in the mid lane here. We do see that pretty often between the two of them, and it's not really surprising at this point as both sides just posture, really not looking for the solo kill, just looking for a lot of damage, force them off a wave. And again, this is really good CS denial from the side of Ahri here, really taking 20 CS just in the face here as the lead, and Camille too on that top side, just staying at around a 15 to 10 gold or 10 CS lead. Even if he got the solo kill, the Wukong still isn't going to have the 1v1 pressure, as Ketty is going to face check the Sui here. It's going to get sleeped actually, and it looks like a lot of damage, but a really good reaction. But he actually walks out of the Kindred ultimate, and that is so unfortunate for the side of Desui here, and that's going to be another kill for Lilas here. And now Ketty's trying to walk away. Nomad is gonna, or no, Maxwell's actually gonna get that kill, is gonna pick up another shutdown onto Ketty. That's 2 kills going over for Maxwell, and now Alkis getting rooted up by the Swain here, gonna try and walk away. Lilas is gonna be here to get the root down, not actually gonna hit it though, and now he's trying to walk away. He's trying to make it out of this, but it doesn't look like it'll be the case. 999 starting to get a little bit of kills on the backside here. It looks like JB just didn't have the answer for how many people were really collapsing down there. The double teleport was burned for the side of 999 here, so they will not have it for this dragon, which will be being played for soon. We actually see Tangerine go up in this top lane here. Lethal Tempo procced, is walking up. Maxwell is now face checking 2 people on the side of... Oh, wow. 999 actually surviving Grape there. And it looks like Dasui's going to pick up that dragon off the back of those kills, and it looks like Quanser is now trying to get a kill onto Alex Kander. Alex Kander's actually going to miss that E, but Ketty's now here. Everyone's so low. Is Ketty going to be able to pick up a kill? Is going to be able to pick up the mark off that Swain, and it looks like it'll be 2 kills for Alex Kander there. So able to pick up a few things on the backside there, but the dragon goes over to the side of 999, which is relatively good for them, although it is a Cloud Soul, so it is unfortunate.
Yeah. There's a 3-level difference between this Twitch and this Camille, and all Camille has to do is jump in, and I believe this Twitch just dies.
She doesn't have her ultimate though, so it could be outplayed. There is room for outplay potential, and I think that's what she recognizes and what she doesn't want to deal with.
I do really like this adaptation though from 999, sending the Twitch to be up top lane for solo experience to try and get some sort of semblance of a lead back into this game. Ooh.
Tangerine opening up, but not going to use the spray and pray there. Not going to use the ultimate. Rat-a-tat. He is not going to use it. And Ketty up in the top side now, mirroring the Camille, but Grape is quite far out. If they do end up face checking her, it could be awkward.
Grape, you are in the wrong position here. Okay.
Okay, he made it out. Ketty decided to walk away as Nomad gets another backstopped. Actually, he has had a few of these canceled because he doesn't realize that the Twitch can just stealth and auto attack him from about tower range.
Yeah, Twitch is out of mana though, which means he has to back off. The Camille finally getting to go back and buy. Wukong has been getting solo experience down on the bot side too. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Big damage on a Quanser. The electrocute is just putting so much burst damage. He has to burn the ulti just to survive. And I'll be honest here, Boris is not smiling on 999 today. Oh, no. Okay, double blade of the Ruin King has been picked up for the tankless team of JB here, but that is completely fine. That is not the case, or not the problem here, as they are getting the Rift Herald now. Basically uncontested is JB, and it looks like they'll just still have this insane control over objectives that they have been carrying out. As Alex Kander's going to catch Grape in this jungle here, is going to pop the ultimate, is Grape, and now trying to walk away, but that W is there to secure the kill, and Tangerine was unable to make it there in time, and there is no heal in that bottom lane, so there wouldn't have been any way for him to survive that besides a shield on himself.
This game is starting to already look more and more doomed, whereas game 2 was at least a bit close. This game is sliding far away out of reach for the side of 999. They're down 6,000 gold at 15 minutes this time around. Compared to last game, I believe they were about even, if not slightly ahead at this point.
My favorite thing about this, I know there's some fights happening, but oh, look at that bot lane. Oh, we got a fight. Okay.
Ooh.
It's a bit of posturing. Nobody's going for anything too insane so far. It doesn't look like anyone's going for lethal at the moment. Just a Rift Herald up in top lane. 999 are going to end up losing another tower here, as Maxwell and Nomad are fighting. That ultimate is so bad for Nomad, though. And actually, the outplay from Maxwell. They realized how to play against the Wukong, but they don't know how to play against it themselves. So, very unfortunate there. But a top tower traded for a solo kill on bottom lane, plus a lot of damage on this bot tower. Nomad's probably going to end up TPing when he's up for it, but even still, that is quite a lot of pressure alleviated on this side lane, especially now with Maxwell with 5 kills, as a lot of damage is going down onto the side of Quanster, but no kill. Oh, wow. Okay. Keddy just flashes forward, gets the kill, gets it clean, and Wukong will clean up the tower on the bot side for that. What a crazy engage from Keddy. The flash forward doesn't even burn the ultimate on the retreat. So well played. Absolutely just in the middle of the thick of it, just going for that is so ballsy, but just so nice to watch. Keddy just putting the team not only on his back, but straight up on his shoulders. Like, he's got him sitting like a toddler up there. The team's just like watching the victory screen as he's walking towards it. It's great.
I don't know what the side of 999 can do to get back into this game. It's every time they try, like, you have a 5-2 Wukong, that's great. What's he going to do against this 7-2 Kindred with, was it 6 stacks now? 5 or yeah, 5 stacks
at the moment.
Yeah. So one more stack and she gets another buff to her passive.
Speaking of buffs, another Drake going over to the side of JB here. They are going to clean it up quickly and cleanly. No contest. Bit of damage on that top tower, but it looks like Nomad is going to back to sort of respond to it. And, well, Alkus gets a little poke down there.
Yeah,
it looks like he will actually get this tower.
Yeah.
I think that's the way that they think, that they realize they might be able to get back into this, is because the Wukong highest level player champion in the game right now has now gotten 2 turrets solo experience by himself, and nobody's gone to respond to him both times. If there's a way for 999 to win this, I think it's through the Wukong just split pushing, because all the rest of his team has to do is hold and bait for things like this. A little bit
hopped on here. Nomad is in the middle of 3 people, though. Is he going to be able to make it out, or even able to survive, get a kill? Nope, nothing. Nomad not playing the game he wants to play here. He was quite happy in those first 2 games. He was playing stuff that was nice and fun for him. He was carrying the game. He was making plays. And now this game, he's just getting camped. And it's just, it feels bad, man. But it's fine, because he's getting carried. Just like I said, Keddy's got his shoulders up high, nice, broadened, nice and steady. And 3 daggers now bought for Twitch. So he will be spraying, praying real fast for the enemy team here.
And I want to quickly point out real quick, so that entire game, Keddy has had a huge gold lead. And then that last fight, the ability for Maxwell to go and take that bot tower and that top tower has put him up there to match her in that gold now. So he's only down by 100 or so. So now he has the Blade of the Ruin King. I don't think that's a good item though for this comp, but he does have that and the Triforce done. So there is some damage output that is coming.
As Grape is getting blown up by Alex Kander here, but that's a lot of pull and push from the side of the 999, but they aren't able to get the kill in response. But a lot of ultis burned for that. You had to burn the Janna ulti, and now Tangerine getting a lot of jump on from Getty here. He's going to end up going in here. Nomad is with him, and it looks like they are just going to be able to clean up Quanser on the backside there. Yes, it will happen. And now Nomad is chasing down Desui. No ultimate on that Lilia, though. She just burned it on the Kindred, was unable to get anything for it. And now Wukong is just pushing this top lane, just keeps going. Is probably going to end up putting a lot of damage on this tower, but it looks like he'll just back off because he knows there's a lot of people on the way. Oh, Nomad, gonna face check him here. Is gonna get a little bit of damage down.
No, not anymore. It was fine 10 minutes ago, right? But not now. Like, what was that? That was crazy.
The only person that can fight this Wukong and probably beat him is the Kindred, and Kindred needs to be in these fights with the rest of the team, which there's nobody on the side of JB that can match the Wukong besides the Kindred. And if you have the two carries in a split pushing lane,
here we go.
Oh, big damage going on to Nomad here. Maxwell trying to trade in, is going to get the ultimate down. The Senna ultimate is here to try and get Nomad out of this, but Maxwell with the flash is able to clean up the kill, and now Alex Kander is going to try and come and get it. Another challenger approaches. The Ignite goes down and kills Wukong, and that is another kill onto the Wukong here. 6-3-1, but Keddy now versus 3 people in this mid lane, looking like he's trying to get out of this, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to, as Tangerine is getting bursted by Lilas and Alkis says that things are going absolutely awful for 999. Now they are trying to get out of this as fast as they can, but Alex Kander with the ultimate flash inwards is going to get 2 people, 1 person in the charm, 1 person in the queue, and now Quanser is just by himself with 4 people, and it looks like that'll be a double kill and an ace for the side of JB and Baron for them too. This is looking like the curtain call was in game 1, but ladies and gentlemen, it looks like JB's got it in game 3 too.
Unless Wukong can pull out some sort of miracle here, no, it doesn't look like he's going to even try.
He needs more than some ability to get there. Like, there's no way in the world he's getting up to that.
There was a TP spot right there in the river, but I don't think he gets there even with that in time, especially without the ultimate.
That and the CC he would have to contend with. This is just crazy. You got the gold lead. You've got everything that you would need as well. How many stacks is she sitting on? 7 stacks for that Kindred. So she is online, good to go. The Twitch can't even finish any items. So this is just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it looks like he's about on 1100 gold, hasn't spent yet. So, yeah, he just
Nomad absolutely blowing up Desui. That's the dragon secure.
Yep.
Now Alex Kander looking in for something as well, is going to look on that grape right now, and it does not look like that grape is having a grape day, and it is just gone as Grape gets graped. Great job from Alex Kander there, getting the kill, and 5-man strong now in the mid lane, going to keep pushing down here, going to probably get at least the tier 1, if not the tier 2 as well. And this is looking, like I said, like curtains for the side of 999 in this losers bracket.
Yeah, it looks like Wukong is just gonna. He has the TP, so he's just gonna keep trying to get this turret up in the top side, hoping that his team can hold and pull something off.
But he is their entire damage output.
Oh, speaking of damage output, Tangerine gets the pop ulti forwards, but is not going to be able to get any damage down. And now 999 is chasing. They're trying to get something on the backside, but it doesn't look like it'll be the case, as they're just going to walk away and not secure the, unfortunately not secure the mark on the side of the, oh, it looks like the Wolves are actually already down. Oh, never mind.
Now they're going to be down. On the other hand, Wukong did finish the tier 2 on the top side. So, a small influx of gold once again. This Wukong is doing literally everything he can to try and keep 999 in this game. I just don't know if he has enough in the tank to do it. Working on the Death's Dance, that will be a game changer if he can finish it before this game ends, though.
Yep, for sure. Death Dance is going to be a pretty big item for the Wukong if he is able to get it. But we already see Camille has hers, and obviously now the Liandry's is on to the Lilia, so she is a bit stronger, but still is going to be uncontestable against the Mob Mortalis that this Kindred has. The Black Claver also on the Kindred is a bit of an interesting buy, especially when they have double Merc Treads plus no MR on 4 members. Or no armor on 4 members, but even still, I think it's fine.
Yeah. I guess it's to cut through the Wukong, I guess.
You know, it's fine. Nobody reads items anyway.
More lovely Boris plays.
Hey, you know, Boris got people wrapped around their fingers. It's fine.
Yeah, you know. You still don't win these, Camille.
Yeah, Camille unfortunately is not having the game of her life, but if she's going to make it to semifinal, she doesn't really care, as Kwanzaa is getting jumped on now by Alex Kander. Is trying to put the work in here, but it doesn't look like it will happen, as Alex Kander is just chilling in this bot lane now, is just chilling, trying to secure this win for them, and that's going to be the red buff mark taken away for the Kindred here. Is absolutely stunning right now in this Spirit Blossom skin, as she is just roaming around this map and being the absolute nuisance that everyone needs, and Ketty is definitely a name that's going to ring in some people's ears after tonight.
Yeah, and with the amount of range that this Kindred has, I believe with 8 stacks, Kindred's range is on par.
Such a good bind. A lot of damage on Wukong, but Tangerine opens up. Tangerine is going in. The ultimate is popped from Kindred here, and his try. Oh my god! Grape ultimate was insane, taking him out of that. Maxwell is going to get the kill onto Alex Kander, and now it looks like things are turning for the side of 999 here. Lilas is falling down. Tangerine is trading the auto attacks, the E and the bleeds. Are they going to be able to take the kill? Are they going to be able to get the kill? The swirl seed is not going to be able to secure anything but a crazy fight turn for 999. 2 big shutdowns, exactly what you wanted. One of them on the Twitch, one of them on the Wukong, exactly what you would have wanted in that fight. And it looks like 999's got a ray of hope right now, ladies and gentlemen.
That Janna ultimate to knock the Kindred out of her ultimate was so clutch. And I don't think the Janna even died. The Janna survived that thing too. Wow.
That was literally the most insane Janna ultimate I've ever seen. That was such a clutch ultimate. If 999 wins off that, that is going to be absolutely insane, because that was just a game-winning play in that moment. Getting the kill on Ketty, getting the kill onto Nomad is just, or onto Alex Kander, it's just so insane, because both these members now able to build these items that they've been waiting on for so long. That Twitch has been stuck on 3 daggers for such a long portion of this game, and now is able to pick up the Runans. Nomad gonna get rooted up by the Swain E, but that is completely fine. We have the Bear Posture, but a crazy swirl seed, 3-minute sleep, but that is actually not even noticed, because the Senate E is just so balanced. And here is Alkis in the middle of 4 people zoning off Tangerine. Maxwell's in the middle of 4, in the middle of a Kindred ulti though, and is alive and staying alive. Ketty and Nomad are now just limping away. Tangerine is able to clean up this fight, and that's another 1 fight for 999 here. A crazy engage from the side of Maxwell, and Tangerine getting zoned off. Here's Cummings Tangerine going to 1v1 all into Alex Kander. He is able to pick up the Sui. Crazy fight there. Ketty's going to get Quanser really low. Lilas is going to pick up the kill on that one, and now it's a 3 for 3 on the map, but it is quite close, ladies and gentlemen. Grape is now alone. Never mind. Tangerine's here. I baited both of them, and now Ketty's going to fall down. Lilas going to get the kill onto Tangerine, and now it's Lilas versus Grape, and Lilas gets W'd by the genre, and Grape, the last man standing on the map right now with Alkis. It is absolutely insane. We've got the Supportal combat on the map at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. What a absolutely crazy chain of events here for the side of 999. They are starting to edge back into this game very slowly and very surely. The Twitch may have gotten... Oh, that turret going down is so big for JB. Oh my god, I'm losing my voice. Someone want to take over?
I've never shoutcasted before. I'm sorry.
I'll get out. I can do it. I can do it. What a crazy game for Triple Nine at this point. They are putting their lives on like basically standby here. They have it just absolutely so close. Like every moment of this game has been like, it looked like it was sold for JB like 10 minutes ago, but
Exactly.
Triple Nine clawing back.
Yeah, and Twitch needs 300 gold, and then he gets IE, and these fights are one-sided on the side of Triple Nine. He just needs 300 gold. Oh man. And with the amount of damage that the Wukong and the Lilia are putting out, like, this is a desperation play, I think, for the side of... Like, they have to go for this, or else the Twitch comes online, and I think they start losing these fights harder.
I don't think it's desperation though, because when you looked at the map, Wukong and Twitch showed in that bot lane, so they knew exactly where they were. So I mean, they have this for free, unfortunately. But what I really care about is the Cloud or the Soul coming up here in 2 minutes and 40. So I think they need to kind of rotate, see what they can do. Swain going to pick off that Camille, but nothing comes of that. The pick-off that they made, the greatness of their fights, the abilities to just kind of wait. This is the time now that we were talking about where they need to kind of just calm down and get to this late scaling phase for this Twitch to come online. And then I absolutely believe they have a shot here at this point.
Yeah, definitely.
You got the Edge of Night onto the Senna, a bit harder of a target to actually take down now, but now Twitch has the IE. That's the biggest thing right now. Twitch has the IE and the Runon's Hurricane. He's going to be shredding through the side of JB's health bars very quickly. Kindred has the GA though. She has 2 lives with the ultimate and the GA. Can Triple Nine manage to pull this off and come back for a reverse sweep though? That's the question.
And it's on Tangerine in these fights. Is he going to get the opening that they need as Ketty is going to get pulled back here? 3 members strong going directly onto Ketty, but Desui gets burned before he can even make it in, and now Ketty is in the middle of 3 people. Is going to get that GA proc and is going to try and survive, but Grape gets absolutely blown up by Alex Cantor, and that's 2 people dead already for the side of Triple Nine, and JB are just walking in, taking their second inhibitor of the game, and looks like they're going to be taking it with them. Maxwell is going to go on Alkis here and is going to try and get a kill onto Ketty, is going to try and take his namesake. It will happen, and now Alkis is just limping away. Kwanzaa trying to get 1 kill if he can, is going to clean up on Alkis, and Tangerine's going to fall down. That's 4 people alive for JB, and that is the game and the series and all of it, all the glory going over to the side of JB. 3-0 for them. Very dominating performance.
Wow, that happened in a flash, huh? Like that that was pretty quick. Like we thought they were going to posture a bit back and forth at that top tower. That was crazy. Twitch did everything he could there to keep them going there. They needed a good Wukong ultimate to basically line everybody up and get that Twitch online with his ult. But unfortunately, not able to happen here. That was a good series and a really good attempt by Triple Nine, despite their late scaling comps that they went through in all 3 games. Really good attempt, but great job though for JB.
Oh man, that was a roller coaster of a game if I ever saw one. I thought game 2 was a close game, but then Triple Nine was like, "Hold my beer," and decided to take that game an extra 10 minutes longer than we thought it was going to take.
Yeah, and even still, JB just able to clean it up at the very end there. Really showing that they were the better team in all 3 of these games. They were absolutely dominant in their lanes in game 1. They absolutely just straight up caught them off guard in game 2, and then in game 3 they just played better. And it really was just a show and a sign of JB really at their peak form at playoffs, and you can really see that this team is nothing to scuff at. If they get their whole roster together, it's quite insane what they can do. And obviously looking at these games is definitely going to be something that a lot of these teams that are going up against them in the further bracket are going to be studying, because these games are super strong showings of what their full potential is like. But anyway, with that one, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to send it over to the analyst desk to break down the final game of the night. Thank you so much for having me as a caster, having Dream Unforgiven and Red Wheelbarrow 2. You guys want to say your goodbyes?
Goodbye, everybody.
You guys have a great rest of your night. Look forward to casting for you guys again in the future.
Yep, absolutely, as we all are. And we're going to send it over to the analyst desk now. Thank you so much, Econotic, for having us, and take it away, man.
No, thank you, Booper, Dream, and Wheelbarrow. You guys did a phenomenal job. Once again, I have the old player of the game. Not a problem. In the end, it is 999 coming up with the victory. Going to be advancing to loser semis, I believe it is. Just honestly, that was I think the most complete team performance. The top lane did get a little bit behind, but still contributing a lot in terms of picking up those side waves, the team fighting damage, just the flanks and the pick potential with Camille, the insane mobility. Obviously, everyone knows, and I have to point out that Ketty was an absolute beast. The amount of times he just the aggressive flash forward into the auto queue to finish off a member out of nowhere was actually pretty incredible that game. So definitely well played to Ketty and the rest of JB. I think this is the best we've ever seen JB. JB, I don't know what they did in the past week or so, but kind of looking like a new team. Looking like they got some new life. So I'm excited to see what they can do in the upcoming weeks. Anyways, we will go on a short break while I put up our player of the game poll, and we will be right back to announce that and conclude the stream. And once again, welcome back to the analyst desk. And once again, your player of the game is Keedy. I'm not sure why my champion is wrong. Let me just fix that real quickly. But Keedy on the Kindred, really impressive performance. Just kind of controlling the map from the get-go very, very well that game. The objective control was there, not an early soul per se, but that last call to kind of just do Baron with all members up with the pressure that they had with the inhib down was a stroke of genius, as it was 999 starting to actually claw their way back into the game, but with that Baron buff, there was really nothing they could do to kind of counteract the pressure of the waves pushing in there. Too focused on the waves, too many towers already down. They had the open nexus. They pushed through that top turret and finished it out with a nicely executed team fight. Kindred with GA and ulti is something else, I'll tell you. That is pretty hard to kill a nightmare. So congratulations to Keedy and the rest of JB Esports, you guys, Jet Black Esports. You guys played phenomenally. I'm excited to see what you guys have in store for us in the upcoming weeks. Anyways, though, that does conclude the stream for the evening, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Make sure to check out the website, as always, for some beautiful, beautiful merch. Support the league, support the stream, and once again, the VODs of every stream game will be posted on our YouTube around 24 hours after they are completed, as well as our weekly Let's Talk Legends podcast, so be sure to check that out. Anyways, guys, that's it from us here. Have a great rest of your night.
you